I don't have much to say. Knicks 1-4. There's another basketball game here today, so I guess we'll cover it. But the Knicks 1-4. So let's go ahead and start the show. What do you want? What do you want from me? You want me to? Oh, you want to do a little preamble about the game we're about to witness here tonight? The Knicks swept the 76ers in historic fashion. I think we should talk about that. I'm not off the high of that yet. We're in all black for the 76ers funeral. That was as sorry of a performance of a series I've ever seen. The only thing that can kind of rival it was when the Miami Heat, down Bam Adebayo, down whoever else went up against, I believe, the Boston Celtics, and it was really just Tyler Hero. That was it. And Miami got blown out, I think, in all 4 games. It ended up in a sweep. That's the closest thing that I can think off the top of my head, and that was a first-round series matchup, and that was a team dealt with a million injuries. This was different. This was a supposedly healthy 76ers team. As healthy as they can be, because we know Embiid's never healthy. As healthy as they can be. 76ers team. Coming off the high of a 7-game series against the Boston Celtics, a rival of theirs, a team they hadn't beaten in the Joel Embiid era. Coming into a series against the Knicks, thinking they got a chance this time to make a conference finals. And the Knicks ran them out of the building. The only game that was even remotely close, that was possibly available for the Philadelphia 76ers, was Game 2. A game in which Joel Embiid did not play a single second. The other ones, Embiid played him, and the Knicks ran him off the court all 3 other times. We're going to leave it at that. We're going to try and leave it at that. The rest of the night, we're going to go ahead, try to enjoy the basketball game we have ahead of us here tonight. That will be the San Antonio Spurs taking on the Minnesota Timberwolves. Cool. Okay. Great. Hopefully the Minnesota Timberwolves can give us an entertaining game, and this will be a series tied at 2 games apiece. If not, San Antonio takes the 3-1 lead and likely will move on to the next round to face a Thunder team that's looking to run the LA Lakers out of the gym the way the Knicks ran the 76ers out of the gym. But even that series has been significantly closer than this Knicks versus Sixers series. My goodness. My goodness. Honestly, if it were up to me, if I was in charge of things, I'd be laying in my bed, kicking my feet up in the air like a little schoolboy, having a grand old time, surfing through the internet, looking up at all the miserable 76ers fans all around the world. Incredible time. Incredible time. Durston, what's up, Durston? Still got the broom? Oh, the broom's, it's the main character now. The broom's gonna hang around. We gotta put googly eyes on the broom. I mean, who knows? Who knows? It's Knicks in 4 until proven otherwise. And now we got to get ready for the conference finals, which it will then be Knicks in 4 until proven otherwise. And we'll go from there. We'll go from there. Don't let us get game 1. Don't let us get game 2. Because then you know that pressure for that game 3, man, that Knicks team loves the rise of that pressure. We're ready to go. We're ready to go. Eric C said, I would be super excited for a Knicks versus Spurs finals. Me too, brother. Both teams are likable, and in my opinion, Knicks are the most fun team to watch as they have played lately. Yeah, I mean, the ball movement, the player movement, the execution of it all. It's been so much fun to watch. The shot making, right? The level of talent that this team has and all of it coming together right now at the right time. It's just beautiful. It's been gorgeous. It's been a fun time. And I can't believe it's my basketball team. It's the team I rooted my whole life for. And here we are. Having a grand old time. We're here in all black, repping for the funeral that is the Philadelphia 76ers. My goodness. Again, we got a basketball game here to cover. We know what these two teams are capable of. We're now in game 3. We know what to expect. So let's get ahead. Let's break down the bingo card as we have tended to do here during these playoff games. So let's turn the light on. Forgot that light. Let's start it off. Let's start it off, y'all. Let's do it. Dre, what's up, Dre? Spark, what's up, Spark? Just imagining Sheffy must have been going wild with every and he hits it from 3. Oh, you can go back and watch it, brother. It was a fun time. That was a fun time. I'm not gonna lie. I exerted a ton of energy during that game right there. I'm a little tired. Like it's hitting me. It's hitting me a little bit. I had to go get me an iced tea. Not even drinking water right now. I had to go get me an iced tea. Just a little sugar, a little bit of energy. Astrophagy, what's up, Astrophagy? Gotta get the black Chrysler hats for these occasions. Oh, the Chefy hat, the black Chevy hat, yeah. I mean, we have a black chef's hat. This is the channel chef's hat, right? We could go with the black chef's hat. This is the channel chef's hat. You know what? It is a different occasion. It is a different occasion. I mean, I've never worn this hat. This hat has been on the shelf this whole time. It's a different hat. It's a little different. It's slightly too big, but look, it don't look right. It looks like a regular chef's hat, and I don't like it. It's not as worn in as my other one. Look at it. It don't even flop down. This one's nice and straight. It don't even flop down. I need my red one. I need the red one. It don't look right. It don't feel right. It don't look right. I don't like it. I don't like it at all. That's much better. Zenny2, what's up, Zenny2? Why is it red for a Knicks stream? Because what are the channel cutters here on the Sheffy show, brother? It's red for the channel. It's not red for any specific team. Colors of this channel don't represent any team. They represent me. So yeah, the red one looks better. Appreciate the attempt. Yeah, it's just not worn in at all. By the way, we got to go through this bingo card real quick. We did also have the NBA lottery where the Philadelphia 76ers, oh my goodness, they wish, where the Washington Wizards won the first overall pick. Thank goodness, finally. I've kind of been wanting the Washington Wizards to not be horrible. They finally won a lottery. And of course, it's the year that the Knicks pick that they owned of the Washington Wizards. Next year, it's not a lottery-protected pick anymore. Next year, it transfers over to 2 second-round picks, which fine, we'll take. But of course, the year they finally win the lottery is the year the Knicks cannot actually get their lottery-protected pick, right? Would have appreciated that. I will say also in good news, the Brooklyn Nets fell in the draft all the way down to the 6th pick. Hilarious. And also, I mean, incredible news all around. The team I wanted to win the lottery, the Washington Wizards, won it. The team, I also kind of wanted Chicago to get the 2nd pick, but they ended up with the 4th pick. But that's fine. They jumped up to the 4th pick, so we'll take it. But the team I wanted to win the lottery, the Washington Wizards, won it. The team I wanted to fall out of the top 4 the most was the Indiana Pacers, because then they would lose their lottery pick, and they did. They fell out of the top 4, fell to the 5th pick, which means they have to give that pick over to the Washington Wizards. So they no longer have a lottery pick. They had a horrific tanking season, and they don't even get rewarded for it. We love to see it. Although they did make a trade, obviously, for Ivica Zubac, which was a good trade, but still, they don't get a lottery pick. We love to see that. That's the second thing that happened. The third thing that happened, the Brooklyn Nets also fell in a historic draft down to the 6th pick. You love to see it. Oh my goodness, do you love to see it. Just that said, the draft is rigged anyway, and I love that it's rigged. Continue to rig the drafts. I think if I were a commissioner, I would absolutely rig the drafts. I would 1,000% rig the drafts. You should absolutely be manipulating the drafts in a way to make sure that talent goes to a team where they can accentuate that talent and foster and grow that talent to possibly be the faces of your league. Wemby going to the Spurs, brilliant decision. Cooper Flag going to the Mavs, makes sense considering the whole Luka Doncic debacle. Unfortunately, though, James Dolan has gotten on the wrong side of the league and the commissioner, and therefore he is. The Knicks have never moved up in the draft after the Ewing draft, so unfortunately, it's never helped us. But It's also not helping the Brooklyn Nets. Thank goodness. And you know what? If you have a good front office, you don't necessarily need high draft picks in order to build a contending team. Take a look over at our New York Knicks. Take a look over at the Indiana Pacers. Heck, take a look at them. I'm laughing and mocking the Pacers, but they were in the finals last year in Game 7. And they're getting Tyrese Halliburton back. So who knows? Who knows? Rose said, what a day to start. What a way to start the day. Yeah. What a start to the day. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, breakfast with mom for Mother's Day, coming back home, hanging out for a bit, getting ready for the Knicks show, feeling slightly nervous about the game, hoping they can win it in 4, don't want a 5-game or any further series, don't want to give them any confidence. Knicks come out, run them out of the building, incredibly fun. And now here we are, San Antonio taking on the Minnesota Timberwolves. Speaking of, let's get to the bingo card. Just that's LeBron to the Cavs, Derrick Rose to the Bulls. The hometown products making their way to the hometown team. Makes sense. Makes sense. Again, the draft should be rigged. 1,000% should be. My opinion. Daniel Berry Sports. What's up, Daniel? Shout out everybody in the chat. Appreciate you guys. Appreciate you. Let's talk about it real quick. What are we looking for in order for these teams to pull off a victory? Well, I always call Naj Reid the barometer of the Minnesota Timberwolves, especially during the regular season, but here in the playoffs, they need Naj Reid, especially down Donte DiVincenzo, they need Naj Reid to put points on the board and play a very good basketball game on both ends of the court, of course. So we have him up here for 12-5, the simple 12-5. But when Naj Reid is not playing well, not shooting well, this Minnesota team quickly runs out of offense, especially considering now that you have Ayo Dosunmu and Anthony Edwards hampered along with the loss of Donte DiVincenzo. It puts you on your back foot, and it's not great, right? It's not great. So after that, we have a triple-double travel, couple of regular things we usually have. De'Aaron Fox has kind of had an up-and-down series here, really miserable game 1, but he's had to bounce back and had a much better game 2 and 3, although game 3 was a little up in the air as well. But 25 points for him obviously is a nice benchmarker for the second best player on the Spurs team. You got a 4-point play, technical foul, shot clock violation. Wemby for 30, went off for 39, 15, and 5 the other night. We'll see if he has another 30 ball in him here today. Highland and Conley gonna need to knock down some threes from the perimeter to replace the obviously out Donte DiVincenzo. They're gonna need somebody to get hot from the perimeter. I'm looking at Highland, I'm looking at Conley. What can you give them? Goaltend, with Wemby out there, you're always viable for a goaltend. Two consecutive missed free throws. Randall for 25. They're gonna need their second best player to step up and be their second best player here tonight and put points on the board. Vassell for 3 threes, a successful challenge. Jump ball. Harper for 15 off the bench. I mean, he's quickly making this turn to be like, man, I just got drafted to a team that already had an all-star point guard, but if I was on any other team, I'd be one of the best rookies in the league by far. So Harper off the bench is always viable to come in and change the tenor of the game. So he's up here for 15. Same with Terrence Shannon Jr. now getting an opportunity for the injured Donte DiVincenzo and shining in that role. He's up here for 15 as well. We'll see what he can give them. A logo 3 from anybody. Edwards for 25 points. I would normally have him for 30 points, lowering him down to 25 because of the injury that he suffered, and also for a bit he's been on minutes restrictions, although he did play, I think, 40 minutes the other night. So we'll see what he has in the tank here today. We got him up here for 25 points. Very doable for Anthony Edwards, even if he does stick to the minutes restriction. Castle for 20 points is the third best player. Champagnie for 3 threes. Their local lockdown shooter. Knockdown shooter, Julian Champagnie for 3 threes here. Double-double, McDaniels for 20. Again, they're going to need guys to step up and put the ball in the basket, especially with this intense Spurs defense here. And then a failed challenge is always paired with the successful challenge. So we'll see. We'll see what we got here tonight. Just that said, Conley starting is probably not going to happen, right? I know he has been in the starting lineup, but we'll see. We'll see what they come out with. Skomberg, what's up, Skomberg? Came by to drop a like off. Appreciate you, Skomberg. Appreciate you, brother. Thank you for that, big dog. Whew. All right, so when we come back from this timeout break, but when we come back from this commercial break here, we will be ready for the tip-off. Have a great day, everyone. Oh, man, the day's already been fulfilled. Day's already been fulfilled. Appreciate you, Skomberg. Have a beautiful rest of your day, big dog. Eric C. said, Happy Mother's Day. Absolutely, just like the previous stream, Happy Mother's Day to all the moms out there. Appreciate you guys. So that's what we have for our bingo card. We can go ahead and set this up and get ready. We still have our Knicks up here. 144, 114 is a crazy score. 144 points is beautiful. By the way, that also broke the record for most points scored in an NBA playoff game for the New York Knicks. Love to see it. Love to see it. Also, let's get those lights out of there. There we go. Beautiful. Now we're up and ready to go. Also, we could pull up our bingo card to edit as the game goes on. There we go. And then as far as tomorrow's schedule, while we're here and we have some time to talk about it, we have Pistons, Cavs, we have Thunder, Lakers tomorrow. We're only going to be covering this game. 8 o'clock start time, late, my goodness. 8 o'clock and 10:30 start time. Okay, we'll be live at 7:45 as usual, same early start time before the game tips off, so we can go through a couple of things there. Jonathan Martinez, what's up, John? Appreciate you, brother. He said, let's go Knicks. Yes, sir. Knicks get at least a week off. The next game will be played. The earliest is Sunday, the latest is Tuesday. It's completely dependent on whether or not this Cavs-Pistons team this Cavs-Pistons series goes the distance. It is currently 2-1. Detroit leading, but they are in Cleveland. After they just lost the game where James Harden went off in the fourth quarter there, we'll see if the Cavs can have a repeat performance. Donovan Mitchell, where you at, brother? Where you at? Evan Mobley, Jared Allen, where you guys at? Judge that said average 36 a quarter is iconic. I mean, and that's a fourth quarter where they just stopped really running real offense, and they were just like, let's go through the motions. And then they would try to force it on the inside, and it was just, turnovers and all that. Like, if that was just like them hunting shots, would have been an average of over 40. Because they had 40, 38, 43. And if they had another 40-point game, would have been over 40. It would have been like 40 and a half. Average 40 points, almost average 40 points a quarter. That fourth quarter really brought the average down. Almost 40 points a quarter where the starters played for the first three. Insane. So tomorrow, again, we're going to be starting at 7:45 for the Pistons-Cavs series. And, of course, now we can just sit back and relax, same way we did with the Atlanta Hawks after the Knicks vanquished the Hawks in 6 games. We got to sit back and watch all the Game 7s. Hopefully this goes the distance to 7. Come on, Cleveland. Push it. I don't care who wins it. Push it, Cleveland. Push it to 7. Give us as much rest as possible. Tay Cowboy said, I'm still sweeping. You and me both, Tay. You and me both. We still sweeping over here, too. The sweeping won't stop. The sweeping won't stop until the next series starts. It's Knicks in 4 until proven otherwise. Knicks in 4 until proven otherwise. Whew. All right, looks like we're going to get them out and start. Getting ready. We haven't even done intros yet? What are we waiting on? We're at 7:38. Let's get to the tip-off. My goodness. Mindset John. What's up, Mindset John? I think Donovan Mitchell will be more effective in today's basketball game. Tomorrow's, brother. D-Mitch? Yeah, Donovan Mitchell. Tomorrow's basketball game, big dog. Tomorrow. Cindy Nevins. What's up, Cindy? Today we have the San Antonio Spurs taking on the Minnesota Timberwolves. That is tonight's game. So we're over here, we're set up, we're ready to go. And we're getting ready for the introductions. Tay Cowboys, we're also wearing all black for the 76ers funeral. Got the all black on. Got the all black on. Also, let's make sure we're clean too. Hold on. We're here for their funeral. Wishing them a speedy recovery to whatever kind of mental distress the Knicks caused them after today's performance. My goodness. Judge that, so those Hogs games and shake-up losses by 1 point each is probably the best thing that could have happened to this Knicks team. They don't want to feel what that felt like again. Yeah, man. It's similar to what happened last year's playoff run, where they had an absolute dogfight of a 6-game series against the Detroit Pistons. And it was probably the best thing that could have happened to them in order for them to pull out that Celtics series before that, or after that, I mean. Right? There's no way they pull out that Celtics series if they don't go through the trials and tribulations that Pistons series brought them. And I think that Hawk series may have been a catalyst for their run here tonight. I'm with you. Nicky said, love the look. Oh, we're here. We're here for whatever kind of destruction we're here to witness. I hope it's a good basketball game, but we'll see. Obviously, both the Minnesota Timberwolves extremely hampered with injuries. It's not just missing Dante DiVincenzo. I would assume in the starting lineup, by the way, no Mike Conley. It's not just Dante DiVincenzo. Ayo Dosunmu's missed the game in this series as well with a heel and calf injury, which is obviously not good because, head, shoulders, knees, and toes. We know what connects the heel and the calf. We know what that ligament is. We know what that muscle is. The tendon. That's what it is, right? Yeah, the Achilles tendon. It's what separates the heel and the calf, right? And we know Anthony Edwards has been dealing with a bunch of injuries as well. A couple of knee injuries. That hasn't been great. That's limited his athleticism. So I don't have a ton of confidence in this Wolves team. I know a lot of other people do. I think the Spurs probably win it today, go up 3-1, back in San Antonio, might possibly end it in 5. I hope not. I hope this is also a series that goes two games apiece. We are quickly possibly wrapping up this second round faster than we wrapped up the first round. My goodness, the first round was more entertaining. We had 3 Game 7s in the first round, and we are on the verge of 2 sweeps in the second round. Knicks already took down the 76ers, and the Thunder are in prime position to take down the Lakers tomorrow for Game 4, right? And then San Antonio has had a pretty sizable leg up against this Timberwolves team. They're up 2-1, while the Pistons have had a pretty sizable leg up on that Cavs team. They're up 2-1. So we'll see. We'll see. Hopefully, I think the only chance we have is if the the San Antonio and Minnesota series goes the distance to at least 6 games, where I also think that we're really desperate to see that Cavs team at least give the Pistons run for their money. I think the Pistons will win it, but time will tell. Time will tell. But yeah, we're dressed in all black, Nikki. We are dressed in all black for the 76ers funeral. Wishing them a speedy recovery for the mental distress that the Knicks caused them. Got the brooms out, of course. Gotta celebrate it. Mine said, John said, my mistake, Chevy. I meant Monday. Yes, sir. Thanks for the clarification. In the Knicks win has messed up my focus. Yes, sir, brother. We all slip up every now and again. I do it all the time. And I'm live, so I get corrected all the time. Greg Williams. What's up, Greg? The first Knicks sweep since 99. Yes, sir. Do I have this on? Yes, indeed I do. Beautiful. Let's lock in here. Getting ready for the tip-off. Boom. We got the bingo card up. We already went through it, so let's get ahead and let's start the show. Obviously, the matchup indicator is going to show that the favorable team goes to the San Antonio Spurs. To be expected again, we've already talked about and litigated all of the injury concerns here for the Minnesota Timberwolves, but it's the playoffs. You got to come and show up. So here we go. Same usual starting lineup for the San Antonio Spurs as always. You got Wembanyama, Fox, Vassell, and Champagnie. And then on the other side, same 4 starters for the Minnesota Timberwolves, along with, of course, Ayo Dosunmu. Tip-off between Gobert and Wemby. Wemby wins it, as I assume he always does. And here comes the De'Aaron Fox and the Spurs bringing it down for the first possession of the game. Steph Castle has it up top, being guarded by Randall. Castle dancing with it, coming to his left. Gets it over to Wembanyama, being guarded by Gobert, out by the three-point line. Swings through to his left. Baseline pull-up jumper out along the mid-range, comes up short. Gobert with the rebound. Here comes Dosunmu, pushing it the other way. Ayo Dosunmu up top, calling out a bit of a set here. Trying to get it to McDaniels. Can't. They instead get it to Randall. High post, being guarded by Castle. Leans in. Foul line fall away. Randall can't get the friendly bounce as it rolls past the rim and ends up falling off. Wemby bringing it down. Telling Champagnie to cut through. He's going to look to attack. Ball in his hands, driving it down against Gobert. Flips it up with the left hand hook. Got it to go down for Victor Wembanyama. Wanted the foul too, but he didn't get it. He did get the bucket though. Here come the Timberwolves bringing it down the other way. Anthony Edwards up top, being guarded by Vassell. Gets it over to Gobert. Gobert gets it back to Edwards, coming to his right off the handoff action, driving it down, taking it back to his left hand in the paint, stops, steps through, kicks it out to Randall. Randall, left wing 3, he'll fire it up. First 2 shots of the game go to Randall. I know they're trying to get the big man going, but here comes De'Aaron Fox bringing it down. Left wing, driving it down against Dosunmu, spins to his right in the paint, steps back, kicks out to Vassell. Vassell puts up the straightaway 3. Got to go for Devin Vassell. It's 5-0 to start. 5:40 to go here in this first quarter. Spurs already taking a 5-point lead here, 5-0. They swing it over to McDaniels, left wing, left corner. Pump fakes, driving the baseline, stop, half spin, baseline fall away. Can't get it to go, battle for the rebound, knocked out of bounds. It's going to stay here with the Timberwolves. It'll stay here with the Timberwolves. Anthony Edwards tries to get it to Gobert, gets knocked out of bounds by Castle there. Reckless passing here for the Minnesota Timberwolves already. Dosunmu gets it into Gobert. Gobert hands it off to Edwards, coming to his left. Edwards, pump fakes, puts up the straightaway three. Edwards gets him on the board with a three-point make right there. There you go. Now we're locked in. Both teams have made a basket. Here comes Castle. Castle up top, being guarded by Randall, gets it over to Champagnie. Champagnie up top, gets it back to Castle. Randall runs him over, and it's a foul on Julius Randle. 10-10 to go here in this first quarter. It's 5-3. Fox gets it in the Castle. Castle being guarded by Randall. Castle coming to his right, off the screen, down the lane, in the paint, scoop layup. Got it to go for Steph Castle. Nice, easy lane there to get the scoop layup. Here comes Edwards pushing the other way. 7-3. Edwards up top. They get it over to Randall. Randall, mid-range, sees the double team with Wemby on him. And ball knocked out of his hands by Champagnie. Randall looking at his teammates saying, you got to go. You got to cut. We got to go quickly. We got an alien out on the court. Sons Jen, what's up, Sons Jen? Hope everyone's well this evening. Hope you're well this evening, Sons Jen. Appreciate you, brother. Jimbo Dini, what's up, Jimbo? The last two banners hung in the 76ers arena are their Nova chips. Yes, indeed. Courtesy of Jalen Brunson, Josh Hart, Mikal Bridges, and, of course, Dante DiVincenzo. Anthony Edwards pump fakes. Gets it over to Randall, being guarded by Castle. Ball knocked out of his hands. He picks it back up. Shot clock winding down. Gets it over to Gobert. Gobert's going to fire the three. Knock me down. Comes up short. Careens out the side of the rim. Wemby picks it up. Here comes Victor Wembanyama bringing it down. My God, if Gobert would have knocked down that three, they get over to Castle. Pump fakes coming to his right. Down the lane. In the paint. Throws up the lob to Wemby. Can't get it to go, but that's because he's fouled by Dosunmu. Undercutting him a bit there. Knocking him out of the air. And that'll be side out of bounds here for the Spurs. Still 7-3. 4-point game. The only basket for the Minnesota Timberwolves coming courtesy of an Anthony Edwards three. They get it in the Castle, up top. Castle being guarded by Randall. Crosses over to his left, down the lane, cross court, kicks it out to Champagnie, pump fakes out of the corner, spins, gets it over to Wemby. Wemby up top being guarded by Gobert. He's going to look to dance and isolate it. Wemby crosses over, crosses back over. Mid-range pull-up jumper over Gobert, throws up an air ball. No shot clock violation. You didn't want to give it that to us? Here comes the Timberwolves pushing it the other way. Anthony Edwards up top, dance with it against Vassell, blows right past him, down the lane, stops, step back as Wembanyama comes over on the help side, forced to kick it out, and they swing it around. Randall's going to look to attack, stop, half spin, pump fake, spins, got nowhere to go, kicks it out to Dosunmu. Dosunmu pulls it out, coming to his right, crossing over to his left, back to his right. Castle stays in front of him, crosses over to his left, down the lane, throws up a tough floater, off the back rim, can't get it to go, Gobert the offensive rebound, end of two-handed slam for Rudy, and the foul too on Victor Wembanyama is going to send him to the foul line for one more. A lot of pushing and shoving down there. Mark, what's up, Mark? Wearing black because there was a funeral in Philly. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. There was indeed a funeral down there in Philadelphia. And I'm just paying my respects. I'm just paying my respects. Courtesy of a sweep, 76ers have perished. So Gobert's at the foul line for one more free throw here. 8:46 to go. Gobert does knock down the end one free throw. Perfect free throw from Rudy. 7-6, 1-point game. Here comes De'Aaron Fox bringing it down. Fox, Derek Young. What's up, Derek? What's going on? I'm good, brother. I'm good. What's going on with you, big dog? How's your day going? Castle fires up a straightaway three. Got it to go off the inverted pick and roll. Running it with Victor Wembanyama. Wembanyama with the ball in the hands. Castle setting the screen. And he hits Castle popping out for the three. It's 10-6. McDaniels putting his head down, getting to the paint. Knocks down the little pull-up jumper over Champagnie there. Here comes Fox bringing it down. Fox dancing with it, coming to his left. Swings it over to Wembanyama. He's going to pump fake against McDaniels, put his head down, attacks, slips and falls onto the ground. Somehow finds a way to save it. Or is that a travel? So travel and Victor Wembanyama. Fill it in, brother. Fill it in on the bingo card. Yes, sir. We'll take it. We'll take it. Pretty slow-paced game here. Both teams locking in defensively. It's hard to evaluate these games, man, when we come off watching the Knicks do what they do on offense. And McDaniels throws it away, a bad pass, trying to get it over to Edwards. He thought he was going to come up to the wing. Instead, he faded back to the corner, and he throws it just short. Edwards can't save a bad pass there, and it goes out of bounds. Here comes Castle. He has it up top, hands it off to Fox. Fox will fire away a right wing three. He'll come up short. Randall with a good box down and rebound over Wemby. Randall shot out of a cannon, bringing it down the other way. Head down, driving it down in the paint, kicks it out to nobody. And that's back-to-back turnovers. That's back-to-back turnovers. A bad save from Dosunmu. Here come the Spurs rushing down over to Champagnie. Extra pass to Vassell. Left corner three from him. He can't get it to go. Rebounded by Gobert. Minnesota gets bailed out there off a missed open three for the Spurs. Edwards dancing with it, coming to his right off the Gobert screen, snaking it back to his left hand, down in the lane, leans in, step back, foul line, fall away over Castle. Can't get it to go, but found Steph Castle as he's been dealing with some foul trouble here during this series. Steph Castle. It's going to send Anthony Edwards to the foul line for 2. Marcus Miller, what's up, Marcus? You're very happy today. I don't know how long it'll last. It'll last at least a week until we start the next series, brother. We had, what do we have? We had what do we have? We hit something. Travel. We had a travel. Where's travel? Travel's all the way up here. Here you go. Here we go. Edwards knocks down the first free throw. He's got another one coming. Tied up at 10, and he does just that, knocking down both free throws. We'll update the bingo card right away. And, of course, it disappears on us. Come on, bingo card, come up. Fox up top, coming to his right, spins to his left, over to Vassell. Gobert goes for the screen. Vassell picks up his handle, gets it back to Fox, shot out of a cannon, bringing it down against the paint, puts up the floater, got it to go down for De'Aaron Fox. 12 to 10. Anthony Edwards coming off Gobert screen, pull up 3, comes up short, long rebound. Vassell picks it up, he's bringing it down the other way. Vassell on the right wing. Gets it up top to Castle. Castle being guarded by Julius Randle over to Wembanyama. Wembanyama being guarded by Gobert. Gets it back to Castle. Castle directing traffic. Has it up top. Dancing with it. Spinning to his right against Randle. Down the lane. Puts up the little fall-away jumper. Got it to go for Steph Castle. Tough move there. Tough move there for Steph Castle. He's already knocked down a 3. He's already gotten to the basket for a layup. That's his 7th point right there. Randle, step back, baseline, fall away. Can't get it to go. Gobert battling on the board. Saves it back to Randle to the rim. Lefty layup. Got it to go for Julius. Finally up on the board for Julius Randle. He's missed a couple of jump shots here. This is his first points. Here comes Fox pushing it the other way. Over to Champagnie as the trailer. Back to Fox. Jab step coming to his left. Pulls it back. Being guarded by Randle. This is the strength of this Timberwolves team. A very versatile defense. And then they get into the lane. Fox throws the lob up top. Wembanyama throws it down with the one hand over to Rudy Gobert. Playing in that drop coverage, trying to cover both players, but Wemby just too tall for that, just a little too tall for that. We're going to get a timeout here, it looks like for the Minnesota Timberwolves with 5:50 to go. In this first quarter, we're past the halfway point, and it's a back and forth affair, 16-12. Like I said, I will be attending that funeral, Survive in person. I hope to see you there. The Philly funeral, we already had it earlier, brother. that team's 6 feet under now. You're a little late on that one. So we do get the ability to put in a travel. I assume after this timeout, we'll see Naj Reid come into the game. Maybe for a Gobert. Gobert being in the paint and not being much of an offensive threat has allowed Wembanyama to just hang around the basket. It's funny because obviously we know Tim Connolly was the GM of the Denver Nuggets, and he built that team to be a championship contending team, and then went over to the Minnesota Timberwolves and built this Timberwolves team to beat that Denver team, which they have 2 of the 3 times they've met in the playoffs. And in doing so, they went out and got Rudy Gobert as the best big man defensive player in the league at the time. Now it's Wemby. And it's pretty funny because now this alien enters the league, and who could have predicted it, that he'd be this good this fast, obviously, but this alien enters the league in Victor Wembanyama, and you have a guy in Rudy Gobert who just, like, as awesome as Rudy is, you just can't really have him in the game because it just allows Victor Wembanyama to just hang around the basket. You can just hang around the basket, which means now, as the Minnesota Timberwolves, you're forced to just knock down a bunch of jump shots. And as good as the jump shooting talent is here in Minnesota, like, I'm looking at it, like, Randle's a decent mid-range shooter, although he's not great at it. Not very good three-point shooter either. He's very inconsistent from there. Same with McDaniels. He's a good mid-range shooter. I'd say he's a good mid-range shooter. And the three-point shot percentage for him during the regular season was great, a big step up for him. But I wouldn't necessarily say he's awesome from three-point range, especially considering that they're not worried about him attacking the basket, so they can stick to him like glue out there on the perimeter. So he's not getting open looks. He's going to have to knock down contested threes. Ayo Dosunmu is a good three-point shooter as well. Same with Anthony Edwards. Maybe he's a very good three-point shooter. But you throw all that out there, all of these guys kind of want to get to the basket more than shoot threes. And without being able to crash the paint and get spray outs and kickouts to the three-point line, a lot of these guys are having to self-create or shoot pretty contested threes as well. And I don't think any of them are great at that outside of Anthony Edwards. And so what you're left with is either shooting tough contested mid-range shots, which I wouldn't really trust anybody to shoot those. Randle, McDaniels, and Edwards, fine. I think they're all to varying degrees of good at that. But against strong contest, it obviously becomes a not very good shot at all. And so when you have Victor Wembanyama out there, you're just shutting off the paint when Gobert is out there, right? David Katz. What's up, David Katz? It will last 10 days until other teams beat each other up, and then we worry about the next sweep. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Perfectly said, David. Completely agree, right? The joy of celebrating a Knicks sweep will last up until the start, up until we know exactly who the Knicks will be playing in the next round. Because then it's back to business. Then we got to lock back in. Because now it's 0-0. None of the momentum we built from the previous years will carry over to this next series. It's a fresh new team, a fresh new start, right? Everybody's 0-0 at that point. Absolutely agree, David. Absolutely. We will be locked in to whoever. Cavs, Pistons, it is what it is. Bring them on. Knicks in 4 until proven otherwise is going to be the mentality from here on forward. I mean, it's been my mentality forever. You guys have heard me say it going back to last year's playoff run. Knicks in 4 until proven otherwise. Ram Jam, what's up, Ram Jam? Anime Connoisseur, what's up, Anime? I got Spurs for the win. I also think the Spurs are going to pull this one off today and go up 3-1. We'll see. Foonpei, what's up, Foonpei? Gobert and Bogut. Bogert? This guy. Shannon Jr.'s in the game here. They get it over to Edwards. Edwards up top to McDaniels. Go swing it over to Shannon Jr. Extra pass to Naj Reid in the corner. Ran out the line by Wembanyama. Back out to Randall. Jab step down the lane. Kicks it out to Naj Reid. Left corner 3. Hits the top of the backboard. Tough look. Harper is also in the game. He gets it over to Keldon Johnson. Head of steam down the lane against Shannon Jr. to the basket. Layup, can't get it to go. Battle for the rebound. Keldon Johnson able to pick it up. They kick it out to Castle. They get over to Harper. Swings through to his right down the lane. They kick it back over to Johnson. Extra pass Vassell. Extra pass up top to Castle. The rotations are excellent. They get over to Wemby. They lob it down low to Harper. Harper gets fouled by Naj Reid. He's going to the foul line for 2. I mean, the ball movement there was spectacular from the Spurs. The rotations there were spectacular from the Minnesota Timberwolves. But they just continued to move that ball and ultimately found a wide open man down low. Miscommunication for the Minnesota Timberwolves. Both two players crashing down crashing up to Wembanyama out of the 3-point line, leaving Dylan Harper wide open under the paint, thinking that there wasn't enough time to drop that pass off down. As Harper knocks down that first free throw, he's got another one coming. But it was. There was. (17-12) now. Dylan Harper goes 2 for 2 from the foul line. 6-point lead. 18-12. 5 minutes to go here. Shannon Jr. bringing it down. He has it up top, being guarded by Dylan Harper. Over to Edwards. Edwards attacking. Down the lane, draws the foul. He's going to the foul line for 2 himself. 5 minutes to go. Edwards now to the foul line for 2. A little bit of a hack fest here. Just a smidge. Just a smidge. Fouls coming in abundance right now. Edwards knocks down the first one. He's got another one coming. Anime said, Loki, I'm going to have to rewind you 10 seconds. I think my game is a little behind yours. Oh, that never happens to me. I always, part of the reason why we have this up is so that you can kind of sync up your game to mine as best as you can. Castle gets it over to Vassell, hands it off to Keldon Johnson, back up top to Castle. Castle swings through to his right, off the Wemby screen, pulls it out as Randall switches onto him. Cross-court pass, Vassell ran up the 3-point line in the paint, throws up a lob, runs over Shannon Jr., and that is a charge on Devin Vassell, a wild drive to the rim. Again, some excellent defense here from the Minnesota Timberwolves. So we have an 18-14 game here, 4-point lead for the San Antonio Spurs. Here comes Minnesota. Shannon Jr. up top, gets it over to Edwards. Edwards being guarded by Keldon Johnson. 4:30 to go. Anthony Edwards, step back, double step back, 3, got it to go. It looks like a 2 to me, but they're going to give him 3. Looked like a long 2 to me. It looked like a long 2 to me, but they give him 3, so we'll give them 3. We'll leave it at that. The refs, I think, are quickly going to take a look at this. What are we waiting for? Yeah, it's a 2. It's a long 2. So we're going to actually adjust our score now. Oh, and they also adjust the score on the board. There you go. It is a long 2 from Anthony Edwards. Harper quickly pushing it the other way, blows past the defense McDaniels, but going too fast, can't get the layup to go, smokes it, and here come the Timberwolves. They got a 5-on-4 advantage. Now Harper recovers, but Naj Reid spins in the lane, lefty layup, can't get it to go, battle for the loose ball rebound, fighting for it, knocked out of bounds by the Spurs. He's going to stay here with the Timberwolves. A little over 4 minutes to go. Ram Jam said, hope the Wolves win. Yeah, I mean, I'm rooting for as long of a series as possible, right? Let all these other teams beat each other up. Let them beat each other up. Anime said had some really good fried chicken for dinner. There you go. There you go. Had fried chicken last week. Anime said Ingles fried chicken. If you know what Ingles is. Not really. The name sounds familiar, but I'm not familiar with its game. Naj Reid bringing it down, hands it off to McDaniels, coming to his left in the lane, step back, pump fake, fall away. Can't get it to go. Rebound, knocked loose. It's going to go back to the Spurs. We're under 4 to go. The Spurs quickly trying to push it the other way. Fox rushing it down the court already, coming to his right up the Cornet screen, snaking it back to his left hand in the paint. Pump fakes, gets Anthony Edwards all over him. Can't get the shot to go down, but he will go to the foul line for 2. Drawing the foul on Anthony Edwards off the pump fake. 3:45 to go. Sean Martin, what's up, Sean? Finally, a closely contested game. Good to see Rudy getting love. Excellent defender. It is good to see Rudy getting love, man. He got hated on way too much previously. Although Wemby kind of figuring out the matchup right now. Fox knocks down the first free throw. He's got another one coming. It's kind of like Publix. There you go. Okay, I know what Publix is. Fox knocks down the first free throw. He's got one more coming. He does knock down both free throws. 4-point lead for the Spurs. Teams are going back and forth. McDaniels to the bench. Conley comes in for the first time. He has it up top, being guarded by Fox to get over to Edwards, curling off a Gobert screen. Foul line pull-up jumper comes up well short. Rebounded by Keldon Johnson. Here comes Harper pushing the pace the other way. Picked up by Shannon Jr. Tries to cross over. Dribbles it off his own foot. Shannon Jr. picks it up, leaves it off Edwards to the rim. Two-handed slam. Nice and easy for Anthony Edwards. Good job from Shannon Jr. to give him the layup there. Get your superstar going. Could have taken it himself. Fox bringing it down, leaves it off for Harper. Harper gets it over to Keldon Johnson. Back to Fox. Fox being guarded by Edwards. Swings through to his left. Down the lane in the paint against Gobert. Gobert strips him, but a foul is called. It looked clean for me, clean to me from this angle, but Gobert not challenging it. I think more upset he got caught reaching in there. Anime said, to be honest, I think OKC will be San Antonio. I do too. It is a foul on Rudy Gobert. Sonny said, I'm afraid of that too. I do think the Thunder will beat the Spurs team if they make it. Fox misses the second free throw. He splits the pair, 21-18. They are in the bonus. That's why he was at the foul line. 3 minutes to go here. Shannon Jr. has it up top, being guarded by Fox. Quick crossover to his right, blows past Fox, down the lane against Cornet. Wild reverse layup, can't get it to go, but Gobert right there for the offensive rebound and putback. Rudy just hanging around the basket there, getting rewarded for it. Fox coming to his left, being guarded by Conley. Stops, turns, spins along the baseline, kicks it up top to Keldon Johnson, who just mishandles the pass. It goes into the backcourt, and that's a backcourt violation and a turnover. Ball back to the Timberwolves. We're going to get a timeout from the Spurs. Some really sloppy, reckless play here from the San Antonio Spurs. Sean Martin said, I hate betting unders. I personally hate betting entirely. It's part of the reason why we have the bingo card going. It's a way of keeping track of certain props without having to put money on anything. Beer Battered said, Sixers at 9. Come on, Knicks. Make it a series. More games, the better. Nah, get them up out of here. You get swept. If you get swept, there's no, oh, come on, give us another chance. There's none of that. You get swept. You got swept. It's over. It's over. Anime said, I hate betting unders also, but somehow I bet Josh Hart for under 27.5, and he got 27 in the third quarter, but didn't get any more PRA after that, luckily. Luckily, it was a blowout. Luckily, the Knicks dominated that game, got the sweep, got them up out of there. So Josh Hart didn't have to play. Unfortunately, our old bingo card got hit with all the unders. None of our player props went for our bingo card in that Knicks game. All of our bingo cards came up short because none of the guys were able to play in the fourth quarter because it was too much of a blowout. Sean Martin said Sixers played so much better without Embiid. They are a disorganized mess with Joel on the court. Yeah, for multiple reasons. Reason number one, look at the balance. Look at the balance, y'all. Y'all wish you had balance like me. Number one, no hands. Number one, the number one reason why they look disorganized without Joel Embiid is because he didn't play enough in the regular season. Didn't play enough in the regular season, and so it's hard. There you go. That's why you don't do that. He didn't play enough in the regular season, and so it's hard to build chemistry. And then by the time he did come back and start playing a little bit more consistently and playing better to the regular old Joel Embiid that we all know and hate, not know and love, we all know and hate, Paul George went out with a 25-game suspension. So they never were able to get those 3-4 guys of their core four out there on the court altogether. Here's the thing, though, as well, is they spent all season without Paul George and missing Joel Embiid. And yet, they had none of the bench players developed that they utilized in the playoffs. Like, you played Barlow all those minutes in the regular season just to abandon him in the playoffs? You played Adem Bono all those regular season minutes just to abandon him in the playoffs? You played Justin Edwards all those regular season games just to abandon him in the playoffs? Like, I get that those guys are tough to trust in the playoff series, but how far are you going to go running a 6.5-man rotation? Not far at all. So you were just going to have to trust those guys. Win, lose, or draw the series, you were just going to have to trust those guys. And you didn't. You didn't. Right? I'm not going to put this at the feet of Nick Nurse, because, again, he had a limited roster. This is, to me, more a function of your team and players not being good enough, but also your organization, your front office not doing a good enough job of developing that team and getting you players. As a matter of fact, they stripped the roster down by trading Jared McCain for nothing, a mid to late first-round pick. I think it's the 21st pick they're going to get for the Jared McCain trade. So terrible job at the front office, of course, but yeah, they're disorganized because of that. And then they're disorganized because there's no synergy between Embiid and Maxey in the sense that Maxey wants to be a million miles a minute while Joel Embiid wants to play a slow-paced, grinded-out post-up game. And it's just, how can those guys truly play off of each other outside of those zoom action handoffs that they run? Not a lot. Not a lot that they can do outside of that. We're back into it. Conley throws up the left wing three. Got to go for Mike Conley. That'll help the player props. Big time shot for Conley. Old man Mike. Unk Mike. Beer battered Gummy Shark. What's up, beer battered? Dylan Harper up top being guarded by Shannon. They get it over to Fox. Coming to his left. Off the Cornet screen. Slips it over to Cornet. Gets caught in the air. Throws it away. Naj Reid picks it off. They're off and running. 2-1 fast break. Naj Reid fakes the handoff. Going to the rim. Scoop layup. Got it to go. End the foul. And Devin Vassell. What a move from Naj Reid. Just like, oh yeah, I'm a big man. I'm 6'10". 6'9", 6'10". I'm just going to go to the rim and get a finger roll layup over Devin Vassell there. He's not going to block me. Beer Battered said, as a team, they did all year. When Embiid is in, he carries the dysfunction. He's a scoring force, but the team can't adjust to Embiid-centric offense. Yeah, I mean, you have two of the most athletic, fast-paced backcourt in the NBA with Fox, with Maxey and Edgecombe, and you're playing a slow-paced, throw-it-in-the-post type of style with Embiid in the game. It just doesn't work. Naj Reid knocked down his and one free throw. Fox dancing around the Cornet screen, puts up the three, off the back rim, can't get it to go. Cornet knocks the rebound loose, but Dosunmu picks it up, out to Conley. Conley's going to pull it out. He's not going to look to attack. He's too old for that. They leave it off for Dosunmu. Dosunmu trying to get it to Gobert. They can't. They get it over to Conley. Quick crossover on Vassell. Leaves it back out to Dosunmu. He's going to pump fake, swings through to his right, down the lane, throws up the floater. Off the back rim, can't get it to go. Loose ball, picked up by Harper. He's going to push the other way. 3-on-3 fast break. He's going to look to take it himself. Euros past the defender and Shannon Jr. gets the scoop layup to go. What a beautiful move from the rookie. And it's 26-23, 1:30 to go here. Shannon Jr. up top, jab step, coming to his right, driving it down, head down, kicks it out to nobody, picked off by De'Aaron Fox. He's going to bring it down the other way. Fox on the right wing, bringing it down against Conley, crosses over to his left, down the lane, looking for a foul. He does get a foul before the foul call. As a matter of fact, before Fox looked to shoot it, he crossed over, got his arm grabbed by Conley, looked at the official, put his hand in the air, looking at him, and then went back to playing basketball, and the ref had no choice but to call it. Anime said, I still didn't win that pick six, though, because Bridges got one less point than I needed. Yeah, he got 2 less points than I needed. I needed or 3 less points. I needed for 15. He got 12. Sean Martin said, yeah, the chemistry was not there. Maxey was not himself the last couple of games. No disrespect to Joel. Poor lad needs new knees also. Well, they don't have those. So he's his prime career might be done. And we might be done with Joel Embiid. Not even might. We're done with Joel Embiid at this point. Prime Joel Embiid. Like, he's never really competing for that at that point moving forward. At that level, I should say, moving forward for the rest of his career. Fortunately or unfortunately, whether you're rooting for the guy or not. Me, I'm not rooting for him. They get over to Shane Jr. on the right wing, swinging through his left. Fox did knock down both free throws because they were in the bonus. So you got 2 free throws out of it. Randall knocks down and rattles in a left corner 3 over Victor Wembanyama. It's a tough shot. That ain't easy right there. Mighty Montrell. What's up, Montrell? Appreciate you, brother. Shannon Jr. up top, coming to his right off the Wemby screen, dancing around it. Harper coming to his left, crosses over to his right, going to the rim, scoop layup with the left hand. Got to go yet again. Dylan Harper looking smooth out there. Looking smooth. Here comes Naj Reid pushing the other way. They get it over to Desunu as the trailer straight away. Rattles in, but pops out. Naj Reid, the rebound, kicks out to Conley. Pump fakes, back to Reid, left corner. Pump fakes, blows past Wemby in the paint. Scoop layup for him. He got it to go. 31-27. Minnesota striking first. Notching up the 30-point marker first. They get it over to Harper, and he knocks down a 3. Dylan Harper came out firing and hooping. The rookie is showing some spunk here. He was a hero in one of those games in the previous series against the Portland Trail Blazers, trying to have himself a night here tonight. He's already up to 9 in this first quarter. We have 15 seconds to go. I know my timer's 10 seconds behind, but I got you. 12 seconds to go here. Conley over to Randall. They're going to hold it for what should be the final shot of the quarter. Randall's going to dance with it. In and out dribble. Spins to his left in the lane. Leaves it off Conley. He'll fire for 3. Mike Conley. Old man Mike getting it going too. His second 3 of the game. 34-30. Wemby, the half-court heave, will come up short. Now to be the end of our first quarter right there, 34-30. Some fantastic shot making here from Minnesota, especially to end the quarter. Sean Martin, as far as the comment of Maxey was not himself the last couple of games, you can thank Mikal Bridges for that. He gets a ton of brownie points and the game planning, honestly. They threw out hard hedges at him and double-teamed him and forced him to kick the ball out, and Bridges got a bunch of steals by just jumping up in the air in the passing lane and knocking it out of the air and getting the steals. I got to give a ton of credit for Maxey not doing well in that series to Mikal Bridges and the game plan. Beer Battered Gummy Sharks had a good point, Chevy, and Edwards and Jabari Walker not getting trusted. Yeah, Justin Edwards, even try Jabari Walker, like, you got to dig deeper into their bench at some point, and he just never really did. The only guy he really finally pulled out was Dominic Barlow. But, like, you can't run a 6-man rotation, 6.5-man rotation, and expect to advance in the playoffs, especially with an older, hampered team the way Joel Embiid is and Paul George are. Those 2 guys were never going to last, and yet you were relying on those guys to play 40 minutes a night. I know the roster wasn't great, but I have the same criticisms of Nick Nurse during that playoff series as I had for Tom Thibodeau last year. Like, I know it's not the greatest options. I know, like, you might throw those guys out there and they might sink the game. But you're not going far anyway. You got to save your guys for the second half, and he never did that, and he never made the adjustment, and he clearly never trusted those guys, and that's just not good coaching. Again, I know he didn't have a ton of options, but that does not mean you shrink your rotation down to 6.5 players. You still have to run about an 8-9-man rotation at least. Right? You got to trust Edwards. You got to trust Barlow. Even if they might sink the time that they've been on the court, and they might sink your team a bit. You got to trust them. You got to show them, like, no, I trust you. You got to instill confidence in your guys. And maybe they come through. Maybe they don't. But at least you're trying to buy your starters some rest. And if you're a coach, you can walk out saying, I threw them out there and I gave them a chance to show me something. Right? It's the same criticism I have of Tom Thibodeau last year. I know it's in a limited bench. But you still got to utilize it. And he never did. He never did. And it was weird because, again, they dealt with a ton of injuries throughout the regular season, so they had more than enough time to evaluate who they would try and trust in a playoff series, and yet they never did trust them. They never did trust them. I know none of them were great options, but again, you can't run a 6.5-man rotation with 2 of your guys old and injury-prone in Embiid and Paul George. You can't do it. Mighty Montreal said, we saw how gassed Embiid was at the end of the games and how PG would start hot and just go cold late in the game on tired legs. Philly just didn't trust their bench. Absolutely. And you are never going to advance in the playoffs if you don't trust your bench. Right? The name of the game in modern NBA, right? We can go through the history of the NBA and how everything's circular and it all comes back around. But there was a certain point in the NBA where the name of the game was get as many stars on a team as possible. Forget about depth. Your stars will carry you to the end come playoff time, right? If you look at the Heatles and you have LeBron, Wade, and Bosh, all right, depth isn't really that big of important. You get obviously as good of role players as you can, but we're not worried about depth. I mean, those Heat teams won championships without a true blue center. Like they had Chris Bosh playing small ball 5. You look at the San Antonio Spurs, and it was like, okay, well, we got Duncan, Parker, and Ginobili. We're good. We'll fill out the roster with a couple of nice role guys, a couple of three-point shooters, but we're going to lean on our 3 guys. You look at the Boston Celtics in the in the late 2000s to early 2010s. Niall Dimitri with a very generous super chat. Appreciate you, brother. Right? You look at that, and it was like, okay, we got Garnett, Pierce, and Allen. We're good. And we'll fill it around the role players every now and again. And it was a star-studded, driven rosters that everybody was trying to build. As here we go, start of the second quarter. Now it's as deep of a team as you can get. You want one superstar, maybe a star to complement him, as Fox hits a pump fake and gets to the foul line Naj Reid. Right? You want one superstar, one star to complement him, and then you want as versatile of a team, as deep of a team as you can create. That's the name of the game now. And Philly, we're like, well, we got Embiid, we got Maxey. We went out and we spent a ton of money on Paul George, who just is not the star player that he was. As Fox misses the first free throw. He's got another one coming. And then they drafted Edgecombe after it all miserably failed. Got lucky with Edgecombe. And now they're sitting with a team that has no depth and 3 stars with a young player on the rise in Edgecombe, thinking that that's going to get it done in 2026. Fox misses 2 free throws. Here comes McDaniels bringing it down the other way. I'll get to your comment in a second now, Dimitri. Don't think I forgot about you, big dog. Appreciate you. They go over to Randall on the left wing. Jab step coming to his right against Harper. Stops, turns, spins. See double team, pulls it out. Gets caught in the air, kicks out to McDaniels. Jab step, gets it over to Reed. Reed a deep logo 3. I'll give it to us if he hits it. He doesn't. Rebound Kareem's back out to McDaniels, though. Extra pass to Conley. Extra pass to Shannon Jr. Attacking along the baseline. And a foul on Victor Wembanyama going for the Shannon Jr. pump fake. Appreciate you, Niall. He said, how about them Knicks, y'all? We will go to the finals and win the championship. Let's go Knicks. Yes, sir, brother. Yes, sir. We got one more series to go before we get to the finals. Can't look too far ahead. Can't look too far ahead. Got to keep our eyes on the prize. Ozahar with the Bozahar. Mighty Montreal said, I hated the Big 3 era of basketball. I did too. McDaniels picks up his handle, gets it out to Reed. Naj Reid dancing with it against Champagnie. Crossing over to his right, pulls it back to his left. Foul line floater. Oh my goodness. Jelly Fam is back in the business. Jelly Fam making an appearance on that one. Some sauce from Naj Reid there with the handle. Imagine a 6'9", 6'10" power forward handling it against you like that. They swing it out, Champagnie a 3. He can't respond. McDaniels the rebound, knocked out of his hands, battling for it, able to pick it up, hit ahead. Conley pushing the pace, shovels it out to Randall. Randall will walk into a 3 as the trailer. Comes up short, rebounded by Harper. Harper, quick outlet to Carter Bryant. Carter Bryant cross-court pass to Fox. Jab step, coming to his right, kicks it up top. Champagnie is the trailer for a 3. This time comes up short again. McDaniels the rebound, bringing it down against Champagnie. Crossing over, has it, swings it out to Shannon Jr. Shannon Jr. crosses over to his left, attacking Wembanyama. Pump fake, leans in, layup. Can't get it to go down as he got it up on the rim. Wemby hits the floor and a foul, I think on Julius Randle. Ball going down the other way. I never restarted the timer, my apologies. Timothy Lee, what's up, Tim? Go Wolves. Hope they give you plenty to talk about. I hope so, too. Sean Martin said, Knicks definitely have a better bench. Wolves have great chemistry. It will be a good series, Knicks Thunder. We'll see if we get there. We're looking too far ahead. Here, guys. Knicks have a conference finals to win first. No looking past opponents. Yeah, Bridges totally owned Maxey. He did in this series. Harper has it up top, being guarded by Conley. Crosses over to his left. Swings it over to Champagnie. Pump fakes. Fly-by defense from Conley. Sets his feet. Fires. Comes up short again. Rebound careens out to Shannon Jr. He shot out of a can. He's looking to attack Harper. Euros down the lane. Scoop layup. Smokes it off the back of the rim. Shannon Jr. upset with himself. That should have been an easy one. Here comes Harper over to Champagnie. Inside to Carter Bryant. Two-handed slam from him. Beautiful ball movement from the Spurs there. Rushing it down the other end. It's 36-32. Under 10 to go. And the Timberwolves bring it down the other way. McDaniels has it up top, being guarded by Wembanyama. Pulls it out, steps behind the three-point line. A 3! Off the back rim, can't get it to go. Long rebound, Randall gets his hand in there, but Harper able to pull it out. And now here comes Castle bringing it down the other way. Castle leaves it off for Wembanyama. He'll throw up a 3. He'll miss the 3. Naj Reid chases down the rebound. They get over to Conley. Conley will bring it down. Mike Conley on the right wing, being guarded by Dylan Harper gets it over to Naj Reid. They swing it over to Shannon Jr. They lob it over to Randall. Randall cashes along the baseline, sees a double team. Pass fake, swings it out to Naj Reid. Lost the handle, picks it back up, kicks it out to Shannon Jr. for a three. He misses it off the back of the rim. Carter Bryant with the rebound. And here comes Carter Bryant, hit ahead to Harper. Rookie-to-rookie connection. Harper, half spin, down the lane against Conley, scoop layup, got it to go. Dylan Harper just too big, too skilled. My goodness, at the guard position, the Spurs team's loaded with young players. It's unfair. They swing it over to Naj Reid on the right wing. He's going to pump fake against Wemby. He's going to double step back. Right wing three for Naj Reid. Comes up short over Wembanyama. Picked up the rebound from Dylan Harper. Here comes Castle pushing the other way. Castle, double crossover coming to his left. Throws a wild lefty hook swing pass. Carter Bryant, the right corner three. Can't get it to go. Wembanyama, the offensive rebound over to Naj Reid. And then Wemby throws an elbow. Wemby throws an elbow to Naj Reid. And the official knew what was about to go down. He comes running in. He immediately goes to Naj Reid. He's like, oh, it's okay. We called the right foul. Please don't start anything. That was a big old elbow from Wembanyama. I'm sure they're going to go look at it. That looked a little dirty from Wemby there. That looked like an intentional elbow. Sean Martin also said, would love to see Josh Giddey on a better team. Wasted talent on the Bulls. He grew up just down the road from here in Melbourne, Australia. Good dude. He's had some allegations against him. So I won't comment on whether or not he's a good dude because I really don't know. I haven't looked too much into it since the whole drama went down. He got hit. Wemby. Oh, yeah. Oh, he might get ejected. He might get ejected. I don't know if they're saying that's going to be a flagrant one. I don't know if that's a flagrant one. That might be a flagrant two. He looks at Naj Reid and then throws the elbow. Wemby could get ejected here. Now, they probably won't because that's Wembanyama. But that's a flagrant two. If there was anything that was going to be a flagrant two, that's a flagrant two. That's dirty from Wembanyama there. That's crazy. Frank Juarez, what's up, Frank? Lemon Pound Cake, what's up, Lemon Pound Cake? Use them elbows. He's going to get ejected. He should be ejected. I don't know if he is. If this were a regular season game, he's getting ejected. That's a flagrant two. He looks at Naj Reid. He wins, he snags the rebound. He's surrounded by a couple of people. Of course, he's getting grabbed and held. It's a playoff game. He looks at Naj Reid, and then he throws an elbow and hits him in the jaw and in the neck area. That's a flagrant two. That is by the letter of the law, flagrant two. But that is Victor Wembanyama. And this is a playoff game. That's ejectionable. That really is. That's super dirty. That is a purposeful elbow. That's not a guy like wrestling for a ball and then accidentally elbowing a guy. That's a guy who had the ball, looked at the defender, and went, boom. Anime said 3 fouls for Wemby already? Brother, it might be over for Wemby after this. Even if it's just 3 fouls. He might be up out of here. Niall said Wemby doing a Matumbo. Boom face and don't be dirty Wemby. That was dirty. That's as dirty of a play as I've seen since Draymond. CEO King said that was an MMA bow to the neck. It was. It was. That was a full, I see Naj Reid. I'm annoyed at Naj Reid. I'm annoyed at the physicality and the contact. And I'm going to, here we go. Flagrant foul 2, he's ejected. And he looks at Harrison Barnes and says, what does that mean? You're gone. You're ejected. And Wemby looks at Harrison Barnes and he goes, what does that mean? And Barnes leans in and he goes, you're ejected. And he looks up and he goes, I'm ejected? And he shakes his head and he goes, okay. He's clapping it up now. He's gone. I applaud the officials for actually giving him the flagrant 2. That's by textbook of flagrant 2. I thought they were definitely going to give him the flagrant 1 there. Wembanyama clapping it up for his team. All right, Wemby, get up out of here, brother. That was dirty. That was dirty. That was a frustration foul there from Wemby. Sons and said, I hate it? Nah, that's a flagrant 2. You have to. What is a flagrant 2 then? Why do you even have flagrant 2s if you're not going to give that a flagrant 2? Jagged Terrier, what's up, Jagged? Happy to see you back, brother. Sean Martin said, Wemby learned the move when he hung out with the Shaolin monks. Yeah. He threw that elbow hard. The difference is that he's not wrestling for the ball or anything. The ball is loose. He looks over and sees Naj Reid and then winds up and follows through with an elbow to the chin. If that's not a flagrant two, get rid of the flagrant twos. They don't exist. I know it's Wemby. I know it's a playoff game. I know it sucks to eject the star player of the team. You can't have that in a basketball game, though. That has nothing to do with basketball. You just threw an elbow at the guy and hit him in the head. Anime, what's up, Anime? Ram Jam said good officiating. It is. Sean Martin said, Wemby learned that from Allen Chandler Monks. Yeah. And they call an offensive foul on Rudy Gobert now, setting an off-ball screen. They're going to start calling a lot of ticky-tack fouls now. Naj Reid did knock down both free throws. Naj Reid goes down the other end. Looks like he got hit in the face a little bit again. And now Minnesota's going to use a challenge here to challenge that moving screen violation on Rudy Gobert. They're using a challenge. Now, Naj Reid got a towel on his chin. He's more shaken up by whatever contact happened on that moving screen call than he is on, on the Wemby elbow. Jagged Terry said, Wolves going to lose? They might. I mean, look, it's not like this Spurs team doesn't have great experience playing without Wemby. Now, it's going to be tough against a Minnesota team that is much better than the Portland Trail Blazers were, but that's tough. That's tough. Sean Martin said Fox needs to step up now. Yeah. I mean, here's the thing as well. Dylan Harper's been hooping his butt off. He's got 11 points so far. Steph Castle's got 7 on 3 for 3 shooting. Foxy's been aggressive. Fernando Barreto, what's up, Fernando? You have to eject him to keep the other players in line. Yeah, like I said, there's no point in having a flagrant 2 foul that you could call if you're never going to use it. That was as textbook definition of what a flagrant 2 is, right? If you don't call it there, what do we even have the flagrant 2s for, right? What do we even have them for? Just get rid of it and call it a technical foul or a flagrant foul. What do we have 1s and 2s for? That was a flagrant 2. It was. I would have been disappointed if they didn't eject them because it is. It is. Again, I know it's a playoff game. I know it's Wemby. I know it's their best player. But you can't just go around elbowing people because you're upset. Sean said, yeah, you can't let him get away with that. You can't. You can't. And look, it's game 3. It's not like it's game 7. It's game 3. Don't go around elbowing people if you don't want to get ejected in game 3. You're about, 10 foot 12. Put the ball, don't hold the ball here. Hold the ball up here with one hand. 2 hands even. Go ahead. What are they going to do about it? Nothing. Nothing. They can't do anything about it. Boom pasted, yeah, should we leave the Kung Foolery to the monks? Absolutely. Leave them out there in the temples. Just that said, I'd take an elbow for the team if Wemby gets the showers. I'm sure Naj Reid is like, oh, thank goodness he elbowed me. Thank goodness we got him up out of this game. Now, here's the thing. Now it's up to the Minnesota Timberwolves to take full advantage of it. I'd probably look to get Anthony Edwards in this game now after this timeout. And it looks like he is. Anthony Edwards is going to come back in. They're going to go back to their starting lineup, except Naj Reid is going to be in for Julius Randle. And look to take advantage of the Wembanyama-less Spurs now. Just as they're playing beat it is hilariously awesome. Is that what they played in the arena? That's funny. Fernando said you have to eject them to keep the other players in line. I agree. CEO King said, even with him getting ejected, I feel this would be a close game. Yeah, like I was saying, CEO King, I agree. The Spurs have plenty of experience against awesome teams playing without Victor Wembanyama. So, I still expect this to be a close game. Although, if the Timberwolves have that dog in them the way that we've seen the Knicks do, this is when you step up and you take this series and tie it up at 2 games apiece. Sean said they need to make special showers to fish shower mug. That is true. In NBA arenas, I have to suspect that the shower heads are 10 feet tall because NBA has 7-foot players, right? I have to expect that showers in NBA arenas have 10-foot tall shower heads, right? To fit the 7-footers comfortably, right? I got to expect that, right? Maybe rain heads that are all the way up there that come down, maybe. John Gordon, what's up, John? This is the one thing that spoils the NBA? What is that? What's the one thing that spoils the NBA? Successful challenge. It's a defensive foul on Carter Bryant. My goodness, a lot going the Minnesota Timberwolves' way right now. So let's update that. We do have a successful challenge. Let's get rid of that. And let's update our bingo card here. Successful challenge. Just that said too much ref interact. I mean, these last couple of possessions, sure. But, like, you had the flagrant 2 foul situation. You had to really make sure that was a flagrant 2. And now you have a challenge. So, makes sense during the timeout. Now, hopefully, they get out of the way again. I think it's been perfectly officiated. Like, fine. It's been fine. Edwards tries to step through with a layup, gets blocked by Cornette. Just that said, when A-Rod is around, a sport strange things happen. Boom Pay said, nah, they got a bucket and a hose. That's crazy. They try to get into Gobert, gets stolen by Harper. Harper pushing the other way. It's a 3-on-2. They try to hit the corner, but gets stolen by Dosunmu. What a defensive play from Ayo Dosunmu. Here comes McDaniels bringing it down. He has it up top, being guarded by Champagnie. Crosses over to his left, putting his head down, attacking in the paint. Kicks out to Anthony Edwards, being guarded by Castle here. Anthony Edwards, jab step in the mid-range, stops, kicks out to Randall. Right wing 3, Julius Randall. Got it to go for Big Randall. Here we go. Can Minnesota pull away? They got a 7-point lead. Here comes Castle bringing it down against Edwards. Castle coming to his left, pulls it out. Dosunmu switches onto him. Castle now coming to his right up a high Cornette screen, driving it down in the lane. Snakes it back to his left hand in the paint. Hop step, pump fake, leans in. Fall away jumper, should have been a travel, wasn't called. Picked up by Edwards and breaking it down the other way. Anthony Edwards up top, picked up by Castle. Edwards dancing with it, rejects the Gobert screen, coming to his left. Pocket pass Gobert down the lane, gets hacked by Luke Cornette. He's going to the foul line for 2 free throws. I don't know if Luke Cornette can afford picking up fouls here, because I'm pretty sure their third string center is Bismack Biyombo. I know they have Kelly Olynyk as well. So not sure who they would be going to as a big man. I know they can go small and probably put somebody like Harrison Barnes at center, which, okay, they're not going to do. I thought they pulled out Cornette. He's going to stay in. Gobert misses the first free throw. He's got another one coming. 7-point lead here for the Minnesota Timberwolves. Just that's it, ejected him from Game 4. Elbow makes you sore. Knicks in 4. There you go. You did ride in Game 4 with Game 4, though. You ride in form with 4. Funkpei said, Mr. Sharp would be proud. Anyway, said, check the refs' pockets. I think the refs have been fine. I mean, you're never going to be like, oh, this is a perfectly officiated game. But I think the refs have been perfectly fine. Not perfect, but perfectly fine. Using perfectly as an adjective to define fine. As in, I think it's been okay. Gobert does knock down the second free throw. I don't think anything's been out of character. I don't think there have been a ton of missed calls or anything like that. They're allowing them to play physically. Hasn't been a ton of whistles. Castle down the lane, gets it over to Cornette, gets blocked, but somehow the ball finds its way through the hoop. Cornette gets blocked on the dunk attempt, but it bounces up, hits the backboard, and falls through the basket. Naz Reid getting that right shoulder wrapped. That's never a good sign. Getting his right shoulder wrapped with some ice over on the bench. Randall's going to dance with it up top, being guarded by Barnes. Randall, in and out dribble, coming to his right, leans in, one-legged, fall away, got it to go for Julius Randall. Randall getting unlocked now. He said, no Wembanyama, no problem. I'm going to start hooping. I don't got to worry about a 7'7" alien looking to block my shot every time. He's going to work. Fox down the lane in the paint. Leans in, slips and falls. Curly Neal impression picks up his handle. They kick it up top to Vassell, back to Fox. Fox being guarded by McDaniels. Fox swings through to his left. Crosses over to his right, step back, mid-range, fall away. Fox got it to go. Smooth move. Smooth move. 6:30 to go as we are about halfway through this second quarter here. Dosunmu rushing it down the other end, gets it over to Gobert. Gobert up top, fakes the handoff, keeps it, coming to his right, hands it off to Edwards. Coming to his left, Edwards down the lane, throws a lob up top, Gobert. Can't get the dunk to go, can't get a clean catch. Cornette got his hand in there and knocked it loose first. And then Gobert tried to catch it. He couldn't hold on to it. It's out of bounds. It's going to go back to the Spurs. Fox down the lane, pump fake, leans in, floater. Can't get it to go off the back of the rim. McDaniels knocks the ball loose. Edwards almost had it, lost it. Barnes battling for it. Loose ball. Castle able to pick it up. Castle being guarded by Dosunmu. Swings through to his right, down the lane. Euro in the paint. Floater comes up short. Picks up his own loose ball. Picks it up, puts it above glass. Got it to go for Steph Castle. That's some determination right there. Tough move for Steph Castle. 40-44. It's back to a 4-point game. We're under 6 to go. Past the halfway point to get over to Dosunmu. Hit ahead to McDaniels. Driving it down. Mid-range pull-up jumper. Got it to go for Jaden McDaniels. Here comes Fox pushing it the other way. Back and forth these two teams go now. They're swinging. Fox up top, being guarded by McDaniels, applying a ton of pressure. He has it on the half-court line. They go over to Barnes, curling off a Cornet screen. Barnes up top, being guarded by Dosunmu, driving to his right, spins to his left, leans in, he's got nowhere to go, kicks it back out to Castle. Castle being guarded by Edwards. Castle calling for a screen and wants to attack Dosunmu. They switch it. Step back, 3. Castle, does he got it? No, he does not, but Cornet right there for the two-handed putback. Minnesota getting cross-matched. Cornet attacking that glass. And it's back to 4. Again, back and forth they go. Neither team getting stops, but both teams getting scores. You go over to Randall. He'll drive it down. They kick it out. Dosunmu, a wide open left wing 3. He got it. Ayo Dosunmu knocks down a big-time 3. It's up to 7 again for the Minnesota Timberwolves. 49-42. Under 5 to go here. Here comes Fox pushing it the other way. Fox up top, coming to his left, now crossing over to his right, down the lane in the paint, sees some space, throws a lob up top to Cornet, he can't get it. Dosunmu picks up the loose ball, hit head to Edwards, 2-on-1 fast break, Edwards loses the handle, Castle will be able to pick it up, a bad pass from Anthony Edwards, here comes Castle bringing it down the other way, Edwards knocks the ball loose, Fox picks it up along the baseline, puts up the floater, comes up short, battle for the rebound, Edwards able to snatch it, good defense from McDaniels, predicting the basket, and now here comes Anthony Edwards walking it down the other way. 4:30 to go. Edwards up top, dancing with it against Castle, coming to his left, off the Gobert screen, driving it down, taking it back to his right hand. He throws up the floater. He can't get it to go, but he draws the foul, and Castle sending him to the foul line for 2. And that is now 2 fouls on Castle, 2 fouls on Castle, 2 fouls on Vassell. Just that's it. It's stupid. That's what makes it funny. It's a fake name like Jimson. I'm going in the middle of a conversation. I don't know what we're talking about. This series going a couple more games? Probably. I mean, Minnesota has to take advantage. They have to win this game. Not only will a loss obviously drop them down to 3-1, and then a comeback becomes incredibly difficult, but also they're down with Victor Wembanyama now with the flagrant 2. So you have to win this game now. It becomes a must-win game. Just that's it. Next series starts next Sunday or Monday. Next Sunday or Tuesday, depending on if the Cavs-Pistons series goes 7. So probably Sunday, unless it goes 7. No football, so I would think Sunday, right? They have the arenas wide open, I hope. The next time the Knicks play, the next series, is what I assume we're talking about, just that, is for the Knicks. The earlier start time is next Sunday, the 17th, or the 19th, Monday. Or Tuesday, sorry. Sunday or Tuesday, depending on if Cavs Pistons go 7. Sean said, what's your thoughts on the Mets implosion this season so far? I'm not a Mets fan, so I'm not as locked in with what's going on with the Mets right now. I have heard there's been a bit of an implosion, though. Hoping and praying the Yankees make a good run for the World Series. Yeah, I mean, I'm not a huge baseball fan. Huge casual over here. Barely pay attention to it. Only will really start locking in towards the end of the summer, really. We check. I check the baseball scores, but I don't really lock into what's going on a night-to-night basis with the teams. So I can't really tell you what's going on with the Mets. I know it's not good. I know they're not playing well. I know a lot of finger-pointing starts happening when teams don't play well. Losing sucks. Losing is frustrating. Take always said, I'm back. What happened to Wemby? Sons Jen, yep. Flagrant 2. Threw an elbow at Naj Reid. A blatant, purposeful, I want this guy away from me kind of elbow. Hit him in, the jaw, neck area, right here. That's flagrant 2. Get him out of the game, unfortunately. Sean said Bones Highland is an epic name. It is. It's pretty good. It's pretty good. Five-star, what's up, 5-star? Have you been to a Knicks game this season? Here's the funny thing, 5-star. I have been to one Knicks game this season. Me and my dad always go to a Knicks game every January for my birthday. And That just happened to be one of the worst months of the season for the New York Knicks. And we happened to attend the lowest point of the season for the New York Knicks, where we went to the early matinee Martin Luther King Jr. Day game in which the New York Knicks got absolutely curb stomped by the Dallas Mavericks in a absolutely awful performance. And I was in attendance for that game. So you can thank the turnaround of the Knicks to me for suffering through that live. Felipe said he got ejected for kung foolery. He did. He did. That's the short answer. Absolutely. Just that said, I thought it could have been a mistake. Loving it wasn't fun, but it's a cool story to tell. That's a sketchy time for playing in June hoops. I thought it could have been a mistake. The Wemby elbow? Nah, he had it like this. Nobody was battling for it. It would have been different if he was like trying to rip the ball away and he elbowed the guy by accident. No, he had it, looked over at Najee Reed coming over and said, boop. And that was it. That was it. Anthony Edwards does knock down his free throw. 50-42, 8-point lead. Vassell inside, Cornette, layup, can't get it to go, gets fouled. He's going to the foul line for 2. A little hacking and whacking away from both sides now. 5-star said, how much are the playoffs ticket costs? Here for Madison Square Garden, New York, they are expensive. I can't tell you for sure, but like conference finals tickets are going to be probably like the cheapest ones you'll find. Maybe like $400 around there for like all the way up in the nosebleeds. It's not cheap up here in New York, man. They have the most expensive ticket in the league, which is unfortunate for Knicks fans, obviously. It really sucks. Cornette splits the free throws, made the first but misses the second. 43-50, back to 7. 4 minutes to go here in the second quarter. Got to end this half strong if you're the Timberwolves. And if you're the Spurs, you just want to survive this quarter, reevaluate what you want to do going into the second half knowing you don't have Wemby. Edwards down the lane, scoop play with the right hand. What a beautiful move from Anthony Edwards. It's got to look like a wide open paint without Victor Wembanyama standing down there anymore. Castle has it up top. It's a 9-point game. They get over to Fox. Fox being guarded by Edwards. Fox looking to dance with it. Coming to his left. Attacking Dosunmu. Hesitates, step back, foul line, fall away, got it to go. De'Aaron Fox, they need you. He's showing up here too. They needed him. He's delivering right now. Can he continue to deliver? Here comes Naj Reed bringing it back down. They get it over to Gobert. They hand it off to Reed. Reed stops, turns, spins, shovels it over to Gobert, steps through, gets blocked by Cornette at the rim. Here comes Fox pushing it the other way. Fox full head of steam, leaves it off for Carter Bryant, tries to throw the extra pass over to Vassell in the corner, gets knocked out of the air by Reed. It'll stay here with the Spurs. Judge that said, can't get in the building for less than 1K. I think you could get in the building for less than 1K. It just won't be a very good seat at all. I think the last time I checked, it was like $430. But again, these conference finals tickets, when they go up for sale, man, it ain't going to be cheap. It ain't going to be cheap. 3:15 to go. They hand it off to Fox. They swing it over to Vassell. Pump fake. Fly-by defense from McDaniels. They swing it up top to Castle. Castle 3 over to Dosunmu. Castle got it to go. The two best players next on the Spurs are obviously Fox and Castle. Both of your guards are going to have to show up here. And Castle and Fox playing pretty excellently so far here in this first half. Naj Reed up top, hands it off to Dosunmu. It's back to 4. Dosunmu coming to right after the Naj Reed screen. Dosunmu on the right wing being guarded by Cornette. Beautiful crossover move. Gets to the rim. Lefty layup. Got it to go. What a move from Ayo Dosunmu. My goodness. Here comes Fox bringing it down the other way. Pump fakes it over to Carter Bryant. Carter Bryant in the left corner. Gets it up top to Castle. Swings through to his right. Behind the back coming to his left. Being chased by Dosunmu. Picks up his handle. Inside to Cornette. Flips it up at the rim. Can't get it to go down. Anthony Edwards the rebound. How do you fade away from Anthony Edwards, Luke Cornette? You're 7 feet tall. And Anthony Edwards has 2 bum knees. Edwards down the lane. Lefty layup. Got to go. Anthony Edwards soaring to the rim. It's always beautiful to see that guy attack the basket. Fox quickly pushing the other way. Can't get it to go. But who is that? Vassell? Castle? Castle comes flying in for the two-handed putback. They got the same hairstyle. It's hard to tell. Had to see the face. Here comes the Timberwolves pushing it the other way. As the Spurs quickly answered that basket from Edwards. Randall in the mid-range attacking Cornette. Leans in. Steps through. Lost the handle on the ball to turnover. Vassell quickly pushing it the other way. Dosunmu bump. And able to strip Vassell going to the basket. What a defensive play from Ayo Dosunmu. We're under 2 to go here in this second quarter. It's 56-50, slight advantage here to the Timberwolves. They get it in. Vassell knocks down a baseline jumper. Back to 4 it goes. 1:50 to go. Randall bringing it down. He's being guarded by Keldon Johnson. Randall gets it over to Edwards, cut into the rim. Jab step to the rim. Puts up the floater. Got it to go. Anthony Edwards is seeing a wide open paint, and he's attacking, man. He's loving it. They get over to Carter Bryant down the lane, throws a bullet pass to nobody, gets picked off by Edwards. Edwards bringing it down. Bad pass from the rookie. Anthony Edwards up top, being guarded by Devin Vassell. Edwards is going to go to work. He's going to dance with it. Quick crossover to his right, pulls it back, pulls it all the way back. He tells Randall to clear out. He wants to isolate against Vassell. He's feeling himself. Dancing with it, coming to his right, picks up his handle, swings it over to Reed, swings it over to Dosunmu. Dosunmu gets it over to Randall. Randall, jab step, coming to his right, shot clock winding down, turns it over again. Julius Randle, what are you doing? Dylan Harper to the rim, can't get the lefty layup to go, was looking for a foul, doesn't get it. They get over to Naj Reed, quickly pushing it the other way. Carter Bryant's going to pick him up. Naj Reed's going to cross over, pulls it back. Gets it over to Edwards up top. Edwards really wants to isolate here. He's got the rookie on him now. He's going to pull it back. Now cross over to his left. Foul line, pump fake, fall away. Can't get it to go. Battle for the rebound. Randall able to dig it out and gets the ball stolen by Keldon Johnson. And Randall really frustrated. 3 straight turnovers for Julius Randle. What are you, Cade Cunningham out there? Keldon Johnson driving it down on McDaniels. Gets fouled and 1 for Keldon Johnson. A big-time finish in the paint through the contact. And he cuts it to 4. Can cut it to 3. Sean Martin, $10 to go see Cincy Reds game at a Great American Ballpark. $1,000. Geez, that's insane. I mean, for like decent tickets, yeah, you're looking at about $1,000 a piece. Even halfway decent tickets, you're looking at about $1,000 probably. $750 around there. It is ridiculous. It's absolutely ridiculous. Keldon Johnson at the foul line for 1 more. Misses it. Naj Reed the rebound. Under 40 to go. McDaniels quickly pushing the other way to the rim. Lefty layup. Got it to go for Jaden McDaniels. About time he got back involved. He's been trying to get involved, but Julius Randle meandering too much with that ball. Turned it over 3 straight times. Castle bringing it down the other way. It's a 6-point ball game. 30 seconds to go. Castle up top. Dancing with it against Shannon Jr. Castle crossing over to his right. Has it up top as Naj Reed switches onto him. Castle crosses over. Naj Reed picks the pocket, but he's not going to be able to get to it as it goes out of bounds. Naj Reed got them hands, man. He's got them quick hands. Not your normal big. Just that said, what are you, James Harden out there? To be fair to, well, he has been turning it over, but to be fair to James Harden in the last performance, he came through in the clutch where Cade Cunningham turned it over 3 times in a row. That was the reference I was making. But yeah, James Harden also has plenty of games where he turned it over a bunch. Harper has it up top, dancing with it against Edwards, crosses over to his left, pulls it back to his right, down the lane, leaves it off for Castle, little fall away jumper in the paint, comes up short as the shot clock expires. Ball knocked out of bounds by Randall. It's going to stay here with the Spurs. 7.5 in the clock. Shot clock is turned off. Spurs will have the final shot of the quarter. Sean Martin said if Harden shaved his rug off his face, he'd probably play better. The beard's holding James back. I don't know. I mean, he did win an MVP with that thing. I think you got to trust it the remainder of your career. Champagnie catches, fly-by defense, throws up the 3. He was looking for a foul. It's out of bounds. And the ball is going to go back to... the Timberwolves here, right? That's a clean... That's a clean defensive play from Naj Reed. It's not a foul. It's Johnson using a challenge here. That's... Unless we missed something on the replay there, that was clean. That was clean. See the replay on it again? Oh, his right knee made contact with his left arm. All right, that's going to be a foul. That's for sure going to be a foul. Good challenge from Mitch Johnson. That's for sure going to be a foul. That's a successful challenge. AR with the AR. The LA Lakers and Warriors are allowing them to finalize a deal this coming offseason surrounding Austin Reeves and Steph Curry trade. More to come after the finals. That's not how reports work, brother. Momin AZ with the Bowman. That's a foul. It is indeed a foul. The other, they showed it from one side, and you don't see because he's rising up to shoot, you don't see the leg make contact with the arm. You just see Naj Reid come across with the hand and make contact with the ball, and that looked like clean there. But once you see the other side of it, it's very obvious that Naj Reid, the leg comes in to Naj Reid's leg comes in to hit Champagne's left arm before he goes up to shoot it. Kenta said, just saw the flagrant. Dang, Wemby, what you doing? I don't know, Kenta. I don't know what he was doing. Frustration, the annoyance just getting the better of him in that moment. Just throwing that elbow. All that work with the Shaolin monks, and he still hasn't found inner peace, man. So it is a foul, and it will be 3 free throws for Julian Champagnie. Sean Martin said, how long does LeBron have left in the league? Honestly impressed he's still at it at 41 years old. I think at most, maybe 2 years, but I wouldn't be surprised if next year's his last. AR said, it's legit, bro. I've just seen the reports on other channels. There's apparently talk of it, not gonna lie. Sure, brother, sure. That's exactly how trades work. I'm sure the Golden State Warriors, who just re-signed Steve Kerr to a contract to coach the Warriors, is trading Steph Curry for Austin Reeves. Sure, brother, sure. Whatever channels those are telling you, AR, unsubscribe from them and block them, big dog. Champagnie knocks down the first free throw. He's got another one coming. Fung Pei said inner peace after 2 weeks with the monks. I mean, that's what he's there for, right? Knocks down the second free throw. There's only 2. I guess his toe was on the line. Shannon Jr. is going to bring it down. Blows past the defense using that athleticism. Euros down the lane, takes some contact, floater, can't get it to go. And Fox picks up the rebound, doesn't get the shot off in time, and that'll be the end of our first half right there. End of our first half right there. Kenta said those might be fake news. Curry for Reeves? Yeah. I don't know what we're doing. I don't know what we're doing believing Curry for Reeves, brother. Come on. Come on. We got to have better literacy than that, big dog. Come on. Come on. Come hang around here. I only report real news, big dog. We only talk about the real stuff that's happening. Fung Pei said, yeah, they want AR so bad. Get Curry out of here. That guy sucks. Kenta said, that's why Wemby is still young and immature. A little bit. I mean, look, you just get the frustration boiled over and just got the best of him. You know, he's getting beat up physically in this series. Boiled over a little bit, looked over Naj Reid, saw an opportunity, and he took it. It's unfortunate. It's a good thing Naj Reid didn't really get hurt. That was a deliberate elbow, man. AR said, Reeves plays just like a younger Curry. No, he does not. But gets a better whistle. He does get a better whistle than Curry, but he does not play like a younger Steph Curry at all. I don't know where you were when Steph Curry was doing his thing, but Austin Reeves didn't even make the All-Star team, and Steph Curry's winning MVPs, brother. Could be the start of another dynasty in Golden State. No, it could not. Kenta said, Wemby should do the elbow in the offseason. I mean, obviously we're going to talk about strength and all the things Wembanyama. It's just going to be something he's going to have to deal with because he's not going to get that much stronger. Like, he's going to get stronger, but he's not going to get that much bigger. He's always going to be... because he has such a high center of gravity as well, such a tall person. He's always going to get players getting up and under him and trying to be overly aggressive with him and knocking him over. Fung Pei said, I want to go with your narrative, but it's hard. But it's a hard brain flex. Sons Jen said, it's genuinely funny to me. I'm trying to know if my guy AR is a young kid who doesn't know any better or is just trolling. I hope you're a young kid who doesn't know any better, but like I said, I would unsubscribe from any of those people reporting fake news to you, big dog, and hang out with us around here. We only talk about real things that are happening. All right, now I know you're a troll. The cherry on top is Draymond for Giannis. Sure, brother, sure. All right, so we can talk about the box scores here tonight, y'all. Let's get ahead. Let's go through them. We'll start with the team stats as we tended to do so we could save the box score watch in relation to our bingo card. So we'll start with the team stats. Now, it's hard to talk about it now in context because they're going to be without Victor Wembanyama. We can look at the possession battle, 48-42. Minnesota was already winning it. 48 attempts to 42 attempts. Although the Spurs only missed one less shot with 6 less shot attempts. Fung Pei said you should unsubscribe and unfriend and demonetize and deplatform them. Hates that. Kenta said Spurs fans must be embarrassed on what Wemby just did. I mean, you wouldn't be embarrassed. You understand what happened. You know, as a young player, emotions boiled over a little bit. This is what it is. As far as the three-point shooting goes, Minnesota up by 2 in that regard, 6 for 16, while the Spurs are 4 for 13. Man, they wish they were the New York Knicks out there hooping. Neither team particularly shooting it that well from 3. The Timberwolves, 38% is fine. That's about average for a team for the most part. AR said, love your content, just came on right now while looking through random lives. Appreciate you, AR. Like I said, hang out with us for a while, big dog. We only talk about what's really going on in the league. Free throw disparity, about even, 10 for 15 from the field, 10 for 12 from the field there. 10 for 12 from the foul line for the Minnesota Timberwolves. So about even there, 15 attempts to 12 attempts, not much of a disparity. Rebounding battle, slightly leaning towards the Minnesota Timberwolves. You have to think it's going to heavily lean towards the Minnesota Timberwolves with no Wembanyama in the paint now. 24 to 21. Offensive rebounding 6 to 6. So there's not a disparity there. Both teams attacking the offensive board. Assists 10 to 11, about the same. Steals 7 to 5. Blocks 2 to 0. They're winning the stocks battle 9 to 5. So there's that. As far as turnovers go, total turnovers 9 to 9. So turnovers actually, this is perfectly fine, right? This is obviously helps you win the disparity battle. 9 to 9. Nahana Ka, what's up, Nahana? Kenta said, is Edwards playing? Anthony Edwards is indeed playing. We'll check the box scores in a second, Kenta. He is playing tonight. He was in the starting lineup. Percent of the time led in the game, the Minnesota Timberwolves has led for 60%. And that's usually a pretty good sign. It's about, it's not a huge disparity. How's it going, Hannah? How's it going? It's not a huge disparity, 60 to 35. Usually you want to see it one team usually it's evident when one team is dominating when it's about 70 to 30. And we're close to that. It's 60 to 35. The other 5% is when the game was tied. Largest lead of the game for the Timberwolves is 9. Largest lead of the game for the Spurs is 6. It's a 4-point game at halftime, 60 to 56 there. Just as that said, AR, Sheffy hosts an NBA and buffet most nights during the season. Yes, we do. Yes, we do. So largest lead, 9, 6. A lot of this can kind of just be recontextualized now, mostly because now Victor Wembanyama is out of the game. And we'll see what they look like in the second half. Again, this might benefit the Spurs because we know the Spurs team is even capable without Wemby of winning a basketball game without him. It's going to be difficult, obviously, especially against a really good Minnesota Timberwolves team that's locked in. But it also affects the way the Minnesota Timberwolves are game planning because they had a certain game plan to attack Wemby, whereas now the San Antonio Spurs can kind of recontextualize their game plan and go back to a style where they know they can play, that they know they can play without Wembanyama, as they obviously played a ton of regular season games without Wembanyama because he's always dealing with some sort of thing. As a tall player, they're going to be very cautious with him, of course. And they always seem to play extremely well without Vic in the lineup anyway. So we'll see how the Spurs come out at halftime. We'll see how the Timberwolves also adjust without Wembanyama. We did see a little bit of the Minnesota Timberwolves being like, oh, Wembanyama's out of the game. Let's immediately go to the rim, especially from Anthony Edwards. He was like, oh, no Wemby? Time for me to get into the paint and get some layups, which he immediately did. Immediately. Kenta said, I was focused watching the Knicks press after the game. I can't wait to go watch those, Kenta. I'm so excited to go watch those that I even thought about covering this game. But I was like, no, we got to go. We got to go handle business. We got to cover this basketball game. But I'm so excited to, again, go scrolling through social media and go watch those post-game press conferences. Because they will be on repeat. Because, again, we won't have Knicks content until a week from now at the earliest. We won't have any Knicks content. Mike Hurst said, smash, like to show. Appreciate you, Mike. Appreciate you. If you guys enjoying the show, remember to hit the like button. The only thing I'll ever ask of you guys. Appreciate you. Sheffy, some love for his great analysis and play-by-play. Appreciate you, Mike. Appreciate you. Just that said, Embiid played 28 minutes tonight. Yep. And his season came to an end. We love to see it. All right, let's go through the box scores now. We'll also take a look to see how it matches up in relation to our bingo card. So we'll go back to this screen right here, and we'll just go down at Naj Reid 12 and 5. We got Naj Reid 12 and 5 off the bench. Naj Reid has given us 9 points and 4 boards. He is very much on pace for 12 and 5. Maybe we're very likely to put that one up on the board. Triple double. Anybody close to it? I mean, I guess Randall, is our best bet. He's got 10, 4, and 3 with 4 turnovers. You can't see it. 10, 4, and 3 with 4 turnovers for Julius Randle here. 4 for 8 from the field, 2 for 4 from three-point range. It's not really the efficiency and his counting stats that are the problem. The problem is these 4 turnovers right here. Way too many turnovers, Julius Randle. And this is 3 of those came after Victor Wembanyama was ejected, so it's not even because of that. Jet fan, what's up, Jet fan? How about them Knicks, Chevy? Brother, it's been a party. And it will continue to be a party for at least another 6 days before we really got to lock in to the conference finals. Who do you want in the conference finals? Detroit or Cleveland? I'd rather play the Cavs. Honestly, Jeff fan, the way the Knicks are playing, don't even matter. I could say I guess my preference is for the Cavs because I really don't trust James Harden in a playoff series, but it just kind of is what it is. Bring on the next team. I really don't have much of a preference. I guess the Cavs by default because I really don't trust James Harden, or Donovan Mitchell for that matter, or Evan Mobley for that matter. But yeah, I don't have that much of a preference, so I'm just locked in. I'm locked in, baby. We're back in the conference finals 2 years in a row. Mike said, wonder if the Lakers will try to rehab Embiid with some kind of blockbuster deal. Here's the thing, Mike. He has an absolutely horrific contract. He has a max contract for another 2 years, I think. Right? Next year and the following year after that. I mean, I guess we could look up his contract, but that's not that big of a deal. He signed an extension, a max extension, before the injuries really started to pile on. In the same offseason, they went out and signed Paul George to a max contract in the offseason. So I don't know the Lakers. I don't know of anybody outside of Philadelphia. You'd really have to trick a person to do that. And considering they already have Luka with a sketchy injury history, a 41 years old LeBron James, although LeBron might not come back, obviously. But are you really looking to replace LeBron James with Joel Embiid this late into his career with the injury history that he has? With the fact that he's never made it out of a conference finals, going up against a young and spunky Thunder team and an up-and-coming Spurs team, I don't know if that's the move for the Lakers to surround Luka Doncic with a hampered Joel Embiid. Although, to your point, Mike, the Lakers aren't that well run and locked into the Luka Doncic deal, and anything they do won't really surprise me. So them going after Embiid, a star name to put on the billboards out there in LA, doesn't surprise me. Mike said 3-way deal sending LeBron to Cleveland and who knows who to Philly. Harden. Send Harden back to Philly. I'm sure they'd welcome him with open arms after James Harden said that Daryl Morey's a liar and I'll never play for him again to a bunch of Chinese kids out in China. One of the funniest things I've ever seen. James Harden telling a bunch of Chinese kids at a camp in China that Daryl Morey is a liar and he'll never play for him again. Send him back to Philly to play for Morey. That would be hilarious. It'd be hilarious. Yeah, I don't know. It would have to be a sign and trade, though, because LeBron's a free agent at the end of the year, right? And that's the whole thing. Lakers got to dump Ayton, so who knows? Yeah, but he doesn't make nearly as much. He doesn't make nearly as much as Embiid. Embiid's on a max extension. So Lakers just really pick up big men, Wilt, Kareem, Shaq, AD. Yeah, but he's so far past his prime. I don't know if anybody wants Joel. Philly doesn't want Joel Embiid. I don't know if any other team in the league is desperate enough to go out and get an often injured big man who looks like he's never going to be healthy again with that contract. He just signed an extension. He just signed it. Philly's digging, they dug their grave deeper. They didn't have to give him one either, by the way. Ken thoughts that 76ers need players who can execute plays. I mean, if I were them, I'd just continue to try and slowly add to the team. Get a deeper bench, try to get players that are more synergistic with Maxey and Edgecombe moving forward, and then I'd just wait out the contracts of Embiid and Paul George and get off of them when it's over. That's all I would do. That's all I would do. I would just continue to add talent year over year. You have Maxey starting to get closer to that prime level. 25 years old now, so you still have about a year, maybe 2 years before he truly is fully maximized as Tyrese Maxey. Edgecombe, obviously, 19-year-old. You'll continue to build him up. You're going to have to re-sign Quinn Grimes, I guess. I don't even know if you would want him back after these playoff performances, both in the first round and against the Knicks. Terrible. But yeah, I would use the Knicks model, honestly. I mean, they already have their draft picks. They already drafted Maxey. They drafted Edgecombe. I would just continue to add talent year over year. through free agency, through trades, try to be as smart as possible, try to bring in talent through the draft again, whether it's mid first round picks or late first round picks or whatever draft picks they do have. And I would just slowly try and build the team and try to get it to the point where maybe we have cap space after the Paul George contract, after the Embiid contract, and then you can go out and really push for a free agent that can maximize and be synergistic for the next era, or the current era now, during this transition period of Maxey and Edgecombe as your true backcourt moving forward. That's what I would do if I was Philly. I wouldn't overreact. I wouldn't look to make a huge trade. Be like, all right, we're going to add more depth this offseason. We're going to sign some guys, some good players. Maybe I'd look to trade maybe Oubre or something, although I like Oubre. But, yeah, I would just slowly add talent to the team. Lemon Pound Cake, what's up, Lemon? That was hilarious and random. The James Harden, Daryl Morey thing, truly hilarious. It's literally one of my favorite things that's ever happened in the NBA. Beer Batter said, Harden arrives at 300 pounds hungover. Mike said, Philly would have to give picks to make it work. Yeah, I don't know what kind of picks they have either. Do they have their picks? Have they traded their picks? I don't know. I don't know what their situation is at this point. Kenta said, the PG signing was a mistake, built around Maxey and VJ, trade Embiid, whoever wants him. That's the thing, Kenta. I don't think anybody wants him. Who would want him? Who would want him? He can't stay healthy. He's never been out of the second round of the playoffs. He's completely unreliable through the regular season and through the playoffs. And then the contract's insane. It's insane. In an era of the second apron, who wants that contract? No matter how good he is at this point in his career. It's all about adding talent to maximize Maxey and VJ. Embiid is an afterthought at this point, if you're the 76ers. Like, if he can go, cool. If he can't go, fine. We're playing through Maxey and Edgecombe moving forward next year. That's it, right? Who knows what Edgecombe will look like next year? He looked fantastic as a rookie. Who knows what a sophomore season has in store? Maxey, again, is going to continue to improve. We'll see what he looks like next year, coming off a disappointing second-round performance against the Knicks. Mike said, Philly went all in with huge contracts on declining talents. Yep, they went all in on the Paul George thing, and that has completely backfired. I know it kind of helped them win that Boston series, but, you know, is it worth it? You got out of the first round because of Paul George. Cool. You also lost the second round because of Paul George. Beer Batter said $100+ million in Embiid and PG. Yeah. Mike Hurst said Harden playoff woes are disqualifying. Yep, very true. Jeff N said, crazy how OKC picks 12 in this upcoming deep draft. Yeah. It's really sad. It's really, really discouraging that they're going to add yet another lottery talent to this team. Although that second apron is coming, man. They're going to have to offer A.J. Mitchell a lot of money. That second apron's on its way. Here we go, start of the second half again. We didn't really go through the box scores, but we will. Spend too much talking to each other. That's fine. Next time out break, we will go through the box scores. They try to get over to Randall, and it's going to be a turnover. Then it's going to be a backcourt violation. Start the second half. Not the way you really want to start the half. Son of Jen said they did Prince dirty them, her. I did see, I didn't really look at it. I just looked up and saw a Prince mural and was like, okay, cool. But I didn't really analyze it. Did they do him dirty like that? That's funny. Castle gets it over to Kentop, my bad. Gets it over to Cornette. They get it over to back to Castle. Left wing three, can't get it to go. Long rebound back out to Cornette. They get it over to Fox, coming to his right, down the lane. Hop step, pump fake spins, gets it over to Castle, which pass to Champagny, being guarded by Randall. They get it back up top to Castle, being guarded by Sunmu. Coming to his left. Leaning in, looking for the foul, doesn't get it, just throws it up at the rim. Brother, go get yourself a basket. Stop flopping around like that. Come on, you're better than that, Castle. McDaniel spins in the lane, lefty floater, can't get it to go. Cornette the rebound. They go over to Champagny. Champagny gets it over to Fox. He'll bring it down against McDaniels. Coming to his left, driving it down, pulls it back. Now coming to his right off the Cornette screen, down the lane in the paint. Gets blocked by Rudy Gobert, picked up by Randall. Tries to throw the head-to-head to Edwards, and it's stolen by Champagny. He's going to cross over down the lane floater, gets it to go down. Julius Randle, his fifth turnover. Brother, what are you doing, Randall? This is why we traded Julius Randle for Karl-Anthony Towns. What was that? That's a regular season play, Julius Randle. You are in the playoffs, brother. Lock in. Dosunmu throws up a foul line floater, can't get it to go, and it gets knocked out of bounds by Rudy Gobert battling for the board. It's going to go back to the Spurs. Mike said OKC should split up into an expansion team. They should. Fox leans in, draws the foul against McDaniels, who's going to the foul line for 2. Suns Jen said, I've seen better facial portraits on NBA players' shoulders. Kenta said, thanks, Chevy. Castle passed me the ball. That's what you get for reading chat. That's what you get for reading chat. I got chat's names on my mind. Mike said, Suns Gen looks like they get tattoo artists to do it. Really, the murals? I remember Julius. 2 ball dominant, slow to react to double teams and blitzes. Yeah, the processing for Julius Randle is always slow. Here's the thing. Karl-Anthony Towns also struggle with the same thing. So maybe Julius Randle just needs to be coached by Mike Brown. Dosunmu coming to his right. Gets it over to McDaniels, gets it over to Gobert. Although, Karl-Anthony Towns completely bought in. Edwards spins, foul line, fall away. Got to go for Anthony Edwards. Desperately wants it to work in New York. He's for a ton of reasons, not just basketball reasons. Champagne at right wing 3 comes up short. Champagne's been terrible from three-point range, and I can't get anything to go down. Rebound by Cornette. They swing it out. Fox a 3. Can't get it to go. Battle for the rebound. Loose ball. Knocked out of bounds by Champagne. It's going to go back to the Timberwolves here. Under 10 to go. Gummy Shark. Clippers got lucky with that Pacers pick at number 5. Clippers have traded away nearly all allowable future picks. I mean, they're going to start recouping them very shortly now. A lot of those picks to the Thunder, which the reason why the Thunder have a lottery pick is because that's the Clippers pick. But the Clippers do get a pick back from the Pacers. Thank goodness. Thank goodness. I was praying to the basketball gods that the Pacers would fall out of the top 4. And they did. They did. They rewarded me. They get it over to Fox. Jab step coming to his right. Dancing with it against McDaniels. Coming to his left in the lane. They kick it out. They swing it. Extra pass to Castle. He's going to pump fake and gets fouled by Ayo Dosunmu. 9:30 to go here. We'll let the timer keep going. Kenta said, oh, good, Chevy. Last time I was mentioned like that back in high school varsity team. Yeah, me too. That's the last time I played competitive basketball. Champagne up top being guarded by Randall. Gets it over to Vassell. Foul line pull-up jumper. Got it to go for Devin Vassell. Mike said, Champagne is only all-world against the Knicks. Career night against the Knicks, though. Randall, 1 dribble, baseline pull-up jumper, can't get it to go. Gobert, the offensive rebound. Gobert's going to pull it out. Fakes the handoff. Keeps it. Fakes the handoff again. Gets it over to Dosunmu. He'll stop and pop for a 3 in the left wing. He'll come up short. Rebounded by Castle. Will bring it down the other way. Castle pushing the pace. Shot out of a cannon. Pulls it back. Swings it over to Champagne. Extra pass to Vassell. Wildham in the corner. Mishandled the pass. Then he's going to take the lane. Wild reverse layup. Got to go down for Devin Vassell. Maybe not so wild. Maybe completely calm, cool, and collected. Here comes Edwards pushing it the other way. Edwards just blows right past Vassell. Gets grabbed and held by Fox, who came over late on the help side. It's an explosive move from Anthony Edwards. Maybe the knee's looking a little bit better. Kenta said, you played high school too? Yeah. And that was the end of my competitive basketball career. Joey DeLuca, what's up, Joey? Dosunmu gets it into McDaniels, over to Gobert, back to McDaniels, coming to his left, snaking the pick and roll, foul line pull-up jumper, got it to go. For Jaden McDaniels, tied at 64 again, back and forth these two teams go. Why do I keep stopping the timer? 8:30 to go here. Cornette up top, being guarded by Gobert, gets it over to Champagne, coming to his left, straight away, puts up the 3. Champagne finds some space, can't get it to go down. Cornette, the offensive rebound, he's going to look to pull it out as Gobert closes the airspace, back out to Champagne, swings it to his right, at the foul line, driving it down off the hesitation, stops, turns, spins, sees a double team, kicks it out to Castle, extra pass to Vassell, extra pass to Fox, right off the line by McDaniels, shot clock winding down, foul line, pull up, mid-range, jumper, in and out, can't get it to go. Long rebound, knock loose. The Sumo able to clean it up, and they hand it off to Edwards, bringing it down the other way. Nice defensive stop there for the Timberwolves. Edwards up top looking to take advantage. We're under 8 to go. Edwards dancing with it, coming to his right against Castle, crossing back over to his left, step back, pump fake, steps through. He's got nowhere to go. Picks up his pivot foot, changes it. They don't call the travel, because of course they don't. Randall spins off of Gobert, snakes it back to his left hand, bump Euro down the lane. Another turnover for Julius Randle, and then a foul is called on the Sunmu going for the loose ball as he and Fox ended up colliding. And Fox is down holding his right leg. Fox looking like he's hurting a little bit. 7:40 to go here. Mike said, very weird plus minus for the Timberwolves. Oh my goodness. Why do I have this still up? Yeah, I can see that. The starters were going up against Wemby in the first half. I don't know what they ended at halftime because, again, we didn't really go through it, but only 2 bench players. Big plus, yeah. Randall now has how many turnovers? 5? 6? 6 turnovers for Julius Randle. Brother, what are you doing out there, Randall? What are you doing? Fox goes to the bench. Got banged up a bit on that play there. Castle has it up top. Keldon Johnson is in. Castle coming to his right off a double screen, driving it down in the lane. Swings it out to Vassell. Pump fake. Dribbles in. Step back. Left corner 3. Can't get it to go. Rebounded by Naz Reid. He'll hand it off to McDaniels. He'll bring it down the other way. Reid comes in for Randall, who's been struggling here tonight pretty mightily. McDaniels down the lane. Throws up the 1-foot floater. Too strong. Can't get it to go. Rebound careens right back to him. And he just calmly tips it up and in. Here comes Castle, shot out of a cannon, pushing it the other way. Euros down the lane, layup, got it to go for Steph Castle. Here comes Edwards, quickly pushing the other way. Back and forth these 2 teams go. Timberwolves hand it off to McDaniels, who's going to dance with it. Coming to his right, he's got the rookie Harper on him. Gets to the foul line, follow-away jumper for him. Off the back rim, can't get it to go. Gobert knocks the rebound back out to McDaniels. They get over to Dosunmu. They get over to Naz Reid. Swings through to his right, throws a lob up top to Gobert. Can't get the dunk to go down. They're trying to feed the big man, but Cornette's doing a good job taking it away. Harper's just going to go down the other way. Lefty layup, got it to go for Dylan Harper. End of the foul on Jaden McDaniels. Tough finish for the rookie. 68-66 here. Randall should be taking over now without Wemby, and he is struggling more than ever. He now has 5 turnovers since Wembanyama has been ejected. He had 3 straight and now has 2 in this second half. He had 3 straight after Wemby went out on 3 straight possessions, and now he's got 2 in the second half to get him to 6. Wolves need to build a lead while Wemby is out. Yeah, they're struggling. They're struggling. When we come back from this timeout break, Harper will be at the foul line for 2. So we do have a timeout break, so let's go ahead. Let's go through this. Let's see how we match up. So we need Naz Reid for 12, 5, and 5. And Naz Reid is sitting with 9 and 5. So he needs 3 more points, and we'll be all right with Naz Reid. And we'll be able to fill that one in. We triple-double Fox for 25. And Aaron Fox is sitting with 13, but with no Victor Wembanyama, he's going to need to pick up his scoring, although it looked like he maybe got a little banged up on that previous play. He's now on the bench. 4-point play, haven't seen one yet. Tech foul, shot clock violation, Wemby for 30 is now impossible for him to get. Although when he left the game, he did have what? He only had 4 points. So it wasn't really taking over too much. Highland and Conley for 4 threes combined. Conley came out firing away. I think he's got 2 threes himself. Highland has yet to play here tonight, so it's all up to Mike Conley. He's got 2 threes. We'll see if we see Highland in the second half. Probably not. What else do we have? We have goaltend, 2 consecutive missed free throws. Randall for 25, and with all these turnovers going on, he's got 10. Not out of the realm of possibility he can get to 25. He needs 15 more points, obviously, but it's not looking good at all with the way he's turning it over right now. Vassell for 3 threes. Started to line it up in that first half. He hasn't hit a 3 in the second half yet, but Devin Vassell is sitting with what? 2 threes? Only 1 made 3 for Devin Vassell. So we need 2 more threes from Vassell there. And then we have Harper for 15. He's hooping. He's got 13 off the bench. He's going to have 1 more free throw coming to him, so that one looks pretty good to convert. Shannon for 15 points off the bench for the Minnesota Timberwolves. Terrence Shannon Jr.'s 0 for 6 from the field. I could have sworn he had scored a couple of points. 0 for 6 is rough, Shannon Jr. 0 for 6 is rough, brother. A logo 3. Edwards for 25. Anthony Edwards is sitting with 20. Anthony Edwards has 20. So 25 looks pretty solid for Anthony Edwards here tonight. Castle for 20 points himself. He has also struggled pretty mightily from the field. Not really. 7 for 13 from the field for 16 points. So Steph Castle for 20 is also looking pretty solid. All right, there you go. Looks like Edwards and Castle are both going to be able to convert there. We have Champagnie for 3 threes. He's been awful from three-point range here tonight. He is 0 for 5 from three-point range because, of course, he is. Of course he is. We have a double-double. Anybody close to a double-double? Now that Wemby's out of the game, that is not entirely locked up. Castle has 6 rebounds. It's close, I guess. Off the bench, Cornette's got 5 boards, 5 points, 5 boards. I guess now him as the starting center. We'll see if that works out. I'm going to be interested to see who they go to with Cornette coming out of the game. Do you go to Olynyk? Do you go to Biyombo? Do you go to Plumlee? Or do you just go to a small ball lineup? Interesting. Probably a small ball lineup as long as Gobert's not in the game. Anybody close to a double-double? I mean, Randall, I guess technically, with the six turnovers, that'll count. Triple-double will count, so Randall, can you get us 4 more turnovers and 5 more boards? Well, that'll count as our triple-double. Mike said, wait, what, ejected? Wembanyama is ejected. You didn't know that, Mike? Wembanyama's gone. He is gone. Someone should tell Champagne that Julius and Devo were Knicks and see if he hits 7 threes in a row. Yeah, that might help him. Give him orange and blue glasses so everything looks orange and blue to him. Maybe he'll knock it down. Kenta said Dylan plays well for a rookie. Yeah. You didn't know, Mike? You didn't know that Wemby was ejected? Yeah, he got ejected. Flagrant 2. Threw an elbow at Naj Reid. Just a blatant elbow. Just threw it at him. Got ejected for it. Dylan Harper knocks down his and one free throw. 69-66. 6:30 to go here as we are quickly approaching the halfway point of this third quarter. Shannon Jr. gets it over to Naj Reid. Naj Reid on the left wing, taking the baseline, spins to his right, being guarded by Johnson. Crosses over on Johnson, spins again, loses the handle, picks it up, stops, turns, spins, kicks it out to Shannon Jr. Wasted a ton of time there. Shannon Jr. down the lane, foul line floater, tough one. But of course, he got it to go down. His toughest shot of the night goes in. A foul line contested floater off a bump euro that didn't create any space. Of course. We'll take it. We'll take it. Shannon Jr. on the board. With no Wembanyama, you know, he is a drive and finish type of player. Castle down the lane, draws the foul, and Edwards gets the finish as well. A couple of and one plays here for the San Antonio Spurs, trying to build up a lead here now. Fungpei said, elbow to Nas with malicious intent and eye contact. He did see Naj Reid standing there and did make the decision of, I'm going to elbow this guy now. And that's also played into the fact as to why he got ejected there. Gummy Shark said, y'all see Dylan Harper's reaction to Wemby's elbow? I didn't see Harper's reaction. Was he like, damn, he's going to get ejected for that? Because that would have been my eject. I would have been like, damn, man, you're going to get kicked out. Shannon Jr. down the lane, kicks it out to McDaniels. He'll pump fakes out of the corner, drive to the rim, layup against Cornette. Can't get it to go. Excellent defense from Cornette. Knocked out of bounds by McDaniels. The ball's going to go back to the Spurs. Castle did knock down his free throw, of course. 5:50 to go here. Mark said if they can't beat the Spurs without Wemby, it's a wrap for Minnie. Yeah, and it'll be 3-1, so it's even more of a wrap. This is an incredibly important game for the Timberwolves here. Dylan Harper, foul line, fall-away jumper. There's 15 points for Harper. That's going up on the bingo card. Kenta said, I saw Harper's reaction. He knew it was bad. As he should. Edwards to the rim. Can't get the scoop layup to go. Gobert can't get the tip. Knocked out of bounds. It'll stay here with the Timberwolves, though. 5:26 to go. He knew straight away. Looked like, yeah. As you should. So we do have Harper for 15. That works. So there's 14 put back on the shot clock here for the Timberwolves. Conley's back in. He'll inbound these. Got 2 threes from the first half. Mike said, Spurs have experience playing without Wemby. He missed a lot of time. Yeah. And especially considering it happened before halftime, they were able to get through and talk about it. Conley spins out after the interior pass. Shannon, a straightaway 3, can't get it to go. Rebounded by Cornette. Here come the Spurs, getting defensive stops now. 5:15 to go. Keldon Johnson bringing it down. Up top, being guarded by Reid. Putting his head down, attacking to his right, to the rim. Floater, can't get it to go. Naj Reid the rebound. And here come the Timberwolves looking for an answer. They leave it off for Conley. Conley will bring it down. Needed a steady hand out there, so they threw Conley in. Conley down in the lane. Keeps the Nash dribble alive. Kicks out to Naj Reid up top. He pump fakes down the lane, attacking against Cornette. Lefty layup, can't get it to go. And now here comes Castle bringing it down. Hit ahead to Harper. Harper pulls it back out. Some reckless attacks from the Timberwolves here. I guess because Wemby's not in the paint, they're just recklessly driving to the rim. But Cornette's not a bad rim protector. He's just going straight up. And some really rough rim attempts here from the Timberwolves. Keldon Johnson in the paint. Got nothing. Kicks it out to Vassell. Down the lane. Baseline. Puts up the high arcing shot over Anthony Edwards. Got it to go down. Devin Vassell. A couple of big mid-range jumpers here in this second half. And it's an 8-point lead for the San Antonio Spurs. Their largest lead of the game. Get over to Conley. Conley gets it over to Gobert. Gobert gets it out to Edwards. Edwards coming to his right to Gobert screen. Crosses over to his left. Pump fakes. Steps through. Floater gets blocked out of bounds. Looks like Castle and Vassell both combined for that. Maybe Castle got to it. And the Spurs are hyped. Defense is ticking up here. I mean, they're just flying around defensively right now. Mike said, wonder if they'll suspend Wemby too? Probably not. I think they'll just leave it as a flagrant 2, and that'll be it. I don't think it'll be upgraded any further past that. Sons Jen said there was no injury or fight, so I'd hope no suspension. I don't think there will be a suspension. I think that's just a regular flagrant 2. You get it into Randall. Randall, being guarded by Keldon Johnson. Faces up, swings through to his left. Has Keldon Johnson in the paint. Kicks it out to Edwards. Extra pass over to Conley. They run him off the line. Has to throw it up with the shot clock winding down. And he gets fouled on the floating attempt. Tough call. Tough call for the rookie, Dylan Harper. He did get his hand caught in the cookie jar. Conley going to the foul line for 2 free throws. Showtime said Cornette is a fantastic backup center. He's pretty good. Pretty good. I know my guy Christian Blaze, who we have yet to see return to the chat since the Celtics got eliminated. My guy Christian Blaze, our resident Celtics fan. Where is he? Where's our guy at? Where's my guy Christian Blaze at? We have yet to see him in the chat since the Celtics got eliminated. Mark said, Mini just heaving up shots? Yeah. Yeah, I mean, the Spurs, give them credit. They're flying around defensively, but a couple of times Minnesota got ran off the three-point line, and they attacked the rim and recklessly just jumped into Luke Cornette, thinking, I guess Luke Cornette's not a good rim protector. That's just bad scouting, because, of course, he's a pretty good rim protector. Dylan Harper splits the defense. Conley strips him out of bounds. And they're going to say it's out of bounds off of Conley. It's going to stay here with the San Antonio Spurs. Just under 4 minutes to go now. Namar said, let's go, Knicks. Sheffield, I was at Madison Square Garden watch party. There you go, Namar. How was it? Was it truly a party? Was the watch party truly a party? It had to be, right? You had all the moms out there. Having a good time. Kenta said, losing teams in the playoffs getting exposed what they need for in the offseason. Usually how it goes, for sure. Fox gets it into Carter Bryant. They hand it off to Keldon Johnson, being guarded by Naj Reid. Johnson gets it over to Carter Bryant. He'll take the lane, and that is a travel by Carter Bryant. Namar said it was a packet, or it was packed. There you go. Just that said, hard to follow through when the Celtics fans unaccustomed to losing much. I mean, look, man, they only got one championship since 2008, so Fox picks the pocket of Conley, but Edwards able to pick it up. He's going to dance with it against the rookie. They swing it over to Conley. He'll take the lane, dribble it off the foot of Johnson, and then they're going to dive on it. It's going to be a jump ball. It's going to be a jump ball. That's on the bingo card. That's on the bingo card. Just that said, no Celtics fans doing chatting. Where's my guy Christian Blaze, man? Where's my guy Christian? He dipped. Celtics dipped. He dipped. He not built for this like us, man. I would have been in them chats. I think he was in maybe the first two against Philly, and then once he saw that Philly was very much mismatched, he was like, all right, I'm out of here. Fox wins the jump ball. We have a jump ball. Let's put it on the bingo card. Where is it? 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 There it is. All right. Harper bringing it down against Conley. Spins off of him in the lane floater. Got it to go for Dylan Harper. Just bullying Uncle Conley to the basket there. It's an 8-point lead for the Spurs. Yet again. A little over 3 minutes to go in this third. Anthony Edwards has it up top, being guarded by Harper. Coming to his left off the Reed screen. Dancing with it. Coming to his right. Spins. Gets it over to Naj Reid. Naj Reid's going to look to drive it down in the paint. Stops. Turns. Spins. Shovels it inside the Randle. Two-handed slam. Beautiful backdoor cut by Julius Randle. Keldon Johnson just fell asleep. 78-72. 3 minutes to go. Harper has it up top, being guarded by Randle. Coming to his right off the Keldon Johnson, off the Carter Bryant screen. Over to Fox. Driving it to his right. Hesitates. Stops. Turns. Spins. Coming to his left. Step back. Fall away over Shannon. Rattles it in for De'Aaron Fox. And they're going to need their two-star guards to step up. Castle stepped up, and now Fox is stepping up yet again here. He's got 15 points. Anthony Edwards up top, being guarded by De'Aaron Fox. Sees a double team. They get over to Reed. Cross-court pass to Conley. Extra pass Shannon Jr. Right corner three from him. He finally got one to go down. Carter Jr. Big-time shot. 80-75. 5-point game. They're right back into it. I mean, they were never out of it, but you know what I mean. Fox on the left wing. Being guarded by Shannon Jr., taking the baseline, pulls it back, baseline fall away, beautiful move, and he got the bucket. It's a beautiful move right there from De'Aaron Fox. Here comes Minnesota bringing it back, looking for an answer. 7-point game. Ooh, Edwards dancing with it. Between the legs, sees a double, back to Shannon Jr. Another one for Shannon Jr. Back-to-back threes. 82-78. You see it go through the basket once. And next thing you know, you can't miss. 8 points from him. And it's a moving screen on rookie Carter Bryant. Shannon Jr. battling through the screen. Ball back to the Timberwolves with under 2 minutes to go now. And Shannon Jr. had something to say to Carter Bryant. Welcome back. You gotta love this Minnesota team, man. Tough as nails. Jay Chang, what's up, Jay Chang? Spurs will win in 5. We'll see. In order to win in 5, they're gonna have to win here today. Jay Chang says Spurs will beat OKC in 7 in the Western Conference Finals. We will see, brother. We'll see. Steve G, what's up, Steve G? Stat show T-Wolves got this. 82-78, down by 4. We'll see. Mike's the T-Wolves leveraging their experience, yeah. I mean, the only experienced guys over here who actually have some playoff experience, De'Aaron Fox. You got 2 rookies out there right now. Minnesota should absolutely be taking advantage. I mean, Randall went to the conference finals last year with this team. He has a couple of playoff runs with the Knicks under his belt as well, though he was hampered in both of those, unfortunately for him. Edwards has been there. Naz Reid has been there. Conley's more than been there. He's been there a million times. Shannon Jr. was on the teams. He wasn't really part of the rotation, but he was on those teams and knows what it takes to get there. So Shannon has now 8 points. 8 points for Shannon. Shannon for 15 points, back on the board, y'all. This is back on the board. Anthony Edwards still in. Edwards still in. He's got 20, so 25 still on the board. Shannon for 15. If we got a logo 3, and we did have a jump ball, so let's update that. Logo 3. Anybody got a deep 3 for us? Anybody want to throw up a deep 3 for us? I'd appreciate that. Sturshow said, would you rather see OKC Knicks championship or Spurs Knicks? What I rather see is probably Spurs. I think the Knicks match up better against the Spurs than they would against OKC. I mean, OKC is just the best team in the league. But Mike said, Clyde played on black and white TV. Yes, indeed he did. Kenta said, NWA, Alexander Walker. Nah, Alexander Walker was a Timberwolves last year. Yes, he was. Right, the Hawks players who we're talking about, Nickeil Alexander-Walker. Yes, he was on the Minnesota Timberwolves last year. Which is why they made the trade for Ayo Dosunmu. They needed an Alexander Walker replacement. And he's not on the court right now. But that's why they went out and got Ayo Dosunmu. He was their replacement for him. Jay Hammer, what's up, Jay Hammer? Wemby is the best team in the league. Well, Wemby's not a team, brother. So Wemby is one player. Mike Hurst said OKC is at least as deep as the Knicks, and SGA will get all the calls. Yeah, I just don't know, like, for my mentality, if I could take the 2 worst officiated games the Knicks played this year came against the Oklahoma City Thunder, because every game the Oklahoma City Thunder play feels like the worst officiated game we've ever seen. So I don't know if just, like, I could mentally handle that. It sucks. It sucks watching that team play. Unfortunately, you would think that as awesome as they are, they'd be an incredibly entertaining team to watch. They're just not. They're just not. Sturshow said, Knicks may beat OKC, but I don't see this version of the Spurs holding up. Yeah, I don't see the Spurs. I don't see the Spurs team holding up either. Too young, too inexperienced. I know a lot of people are like, oh, but Wemby's so great. And it's like, maybe. It's still possible. I mean, even if they lose today, which they're leading, by the way. Even if they lose today, though, they'll still be 2-2. And we're going to go back to San Antonio for at least 2 more games, 5 and 7, if it does go 7. McDaniels gets to the Randall. Randall turns along the baseline, sees 2 defenders, throws a cross-court pass to Shannon Jr. He'll swing through to his right. He'll lean in, looking for the foul. He gets the foul. That's a bad foul call. I don't like that foul call at all. That's bad. That's really bad. Shannon Jr. just runs into Carter Bryant, who has defensive positioning, and gets the foul call. Here's the thing. I talk about this all the time in terms of, like, the rule book's not the problem. It's the way we legislate the rules and the way the officials ref the game and whatnot. That play right there from Shannon Jr., all we have to do is legislate it the same way we legislate rim protectors going straight up. Carter Bryant doesn't move. He doesn't impede the way of the defender. He's literally just standing there, and Shannon Jr. runs into him. McDaniels gets the layup to go down. You officiated the same way you officiate a defensive player going straight up. All Carter Bryant there is doing is he takes the contact with the chest. He's just standing there. Shannon Jr. runs in there and takes the contact and throws it up at the rim, and he gets the foul call. It's a bad foul call, right? Same thing as a rim protector going straight up. Keldon Johnson along the baseline, falls to the floor looking for a foul, doesn't get it. Good defense from Randall there, and it's out of bounds off of Johnson. Ball going back to the Timberwolves. 1 minute to go here. It's a 2-point game, 82-80. Jay Chang said, OKC is a frustrating team in the world. It's so bad to watch this team. Most of the time. I mean, the problem is that they're so talented and probably would be fun. Shannon Jr. is feeling it. Step back 3, crazy shot. Comes up well short, barely grazes the rim. Here comes Fox bringing it down, being guarded by McDaniels. Putting his head down, attacking to his left. Loses the handle, picks it back up. Dancing with it against McDaniels. Crossing over to his right. Puts up the mid-range jumper over him. High arcing. Comes up short. Rebounded by Dosunmu. Gets it over to Shannon Jr. Pushing it the other way on the left wing. Shannon Jr. is going to look to attack. Quick crossover to his right down the lane. Gets caught in the air. Tries to kick it in the corner. Loose ball. Stolen by Fox. Hits it over to Johnson. Pushing the pace the other way. Dosunmu goes for the steal. Keldon Johnson to the rim. Scoop layup. Got it to go for Keldon Johnson. Crash test dummy going to the basket. Getting the layup to go down. 84-80. 15 seconds to go. Dosunmu has it up top. Pause the timer there so we can catch up. To be exact, 10 seconds to go now. Dosunmu calling for a screen from Shannon Jr. is being guarded by Harper. Coming to his right. Champagny switches onto him. Dosunmu going to look to attack. Down the lane, all the way to the basket. Scoop layup. Smokes it! Picked up by Champagny. 3/4 court. Heave comes up well short. That's going to be the end of our third quarter right there. 12 minutes on the clock. 84-80. San Antonio with the 4-point lead. Made a best team win. Here we go. Victor Wembanyama ejected. Steve G said home cooking. A little bit. Ken Toss said Spurs are good, but they don't have a closer like Shea if they face OKC next series. Yeah, I mean, their closer, Fox, I don't really trust. You know, I know he won the clutch player of the year that 1 year in Sacramento. I don't really trust Fox in the clutch like that. Do I trust Wemby in the clutch like that? I don't distrust Wemby in the clutch. I think he could pull it off. I've seen him pull it off before in regular season games, but can he pull it off when it matters most? We'll see. Mike Hurst said, Magic won as a rookie with LA. Bird won soon, but he was an older player as a rookie. Yeah, I mean, that was back in the day. So was Magic. That was back in the day when players spent 4 years in college and graduated and then left college to go play in the NBA, no matter how good they were. But also, you know, Magic got to go play with Kareem. So, you know, a little bit of a different case. I know we say that a lot about Magic, but it's not like he was the best player on the team. He got to play with Kareem, who was the best player in the league at the time. Foong Pei said, the horse dethrones the snake. It was written in the stars. Here we go. Mike Hurst said, the Knicks will likely have to get by the Pistons. Cade is a tough guard. Who gets him? Mikal Bridges? Then who does JB guard? No, I think they'll put OG Anunoby on Cade Cunningham. They'll put Karl Anthony Towns and Jalen Duren. I guess maybe they could put Mikal Bridges on Cade Cunningham. Doubt it, though. He's just too big and physical. I'd put Cade Cunningham on him. I'd put Josh Hart on Tobias Harris. I'd put Mikal Bridges on maybe Thompson. Yeah, you then start to think about the only question you have in that series in terms of who the starting five guards. Everything else is pretty obvious. Put Towns on Duren, Josh Hart on Tobias Harris, OG Anunoby on Cade Cunningham. Unless you switch that matchup and you put OG on Tobias Harris and Josh Hart on Cade Cunningham. But I think you start with OG on Cade, I guess. Maybe you start because of the way Josh Hart guarded Jalen Johnson. Maybe. But the only question you have is who guards Duncan Robinson, who guards Arsar Thompson between Jalen Brunson and Mikal Bridges, right? Do you put Mikal Bridges on Arsar Thompson to allow Mikal Bridges to roam and help out? Do you put Jalen Brunson on Arsar Thompson to high him and you ask Mikal Bridges to chase Duncan Robinson? I tend to think you put Mikal Bridges on Duncan Robinson to allow him to roam and play free safety a little bit and go for steals and play that role. And then you have, because you could also match the length of All-Star Thompson and the size. And then you put Jalen Brunson on Duncan Robinson. You tell him, just chase him through all these screens, brother. Stay connected. Do the best job you can. Mike Hurst said Bird came out after 5 years. Yeah, he went back for the extra year. Or didn't he take off and then came to the NBA? I don't remember the story exactly. Too old. I am too young for that era. Sturcho said pre-printed OKC 2026 champion winner shirts about to go to a third world country after the Knicks win. Yeah. Mike said Knicks may go help defense with JB double and blitz shooters. Maybe, yeah. Yeah, I mean, it could go either way. I'm sure they'll try both options. As to start the second half, they throw a lob up top to Cornet, and he throws it down easily with two hands. Here we go. They've shown a propensity of changing up assignments and trying different things. So we'll just wait and see. Maybe it won't even be the Pistons. Maybe it'll be the Cavs, right? I think we're getting a little too ahead of ourselves. Let's see how the Pistons-Cavs series continues to go out. Edwards driving it down. Step back. Mid-range pull jumper. Rattles it in for Anthony Edwards. All right, Edwards, we need 25 out of you, brother. So go ahead, keep getting buckets, big dog. Go ahead, keep getting buckets. He's got 22 now. We need 3 more points. Fox has it up top, being guarded by McDaniels. Fox coming to his left off the Cornet screen. Driving it down. Leaning in. Foul line. Pull-up jumper for De'Aaron Fox. He got it to go. Fox is now up to 19 points. Okay, De'Aaron Fox, we need 25 out of you. Go ahead and get that. We need 1 more point from Steph Castle as well for his 20. So we're getting close to a couple of things here. Edwards dancing with it against Barnes. Pulls it out, crossing over, in the lane, steps through, loses the handle, picks it up, spins, fall away jumper in the paint, comes up short, battle for the loose ball. Champagny knocks it away from Gobert. Fox picks it up, hit ahead to Champagny. Champagny cross-court pass to Barnes, extra pass to Castle, pump fakes from 3, jab steps, throws up the 3 anyway, comes up short, rebounded by Naj Reid. He'll bring it down the other way. Naj Reid, do you have 15 yet? Naj Reid is sitting with still 11. Brother, go get me a basket. Naj Reid bringing it down against Champagny, driving it down, spins, throws up the floater. There you go. Ask and you shall receive. Thank you, Naj Reid. Thank you. Take Hopper said they barely escaped Orlando. I'm pretty confident in our Knicks pulling it off against either one of those teams. Castle bringing it down, coming to his right, stops, kicks it over to Cornet. Cornet hands it off to Barnes. Barnes coming to his right, foul line, pull-up jumper. Got it to go for Harrison Barnes. 90 to 84 here, 10 minutes to go. Naj Reid up top, gets it over to Gobert. Gobert coming to his left, hands it off to McDaniels, gets it over to Reid. Reid, give me another bucket. You got 13. I need 15 out of you. They hand it off to Edwards. Edwards sees a trap, shovels it over to McDaniels. Extra pass to Dosunmu, driving to his right, down the lane, leans in, floater from him. Can't get it to go down, doesn't get the friendly roll, rolls off the side of the rim. Here comes Fox off the rebound, pushing it the other way. Fox on the right wing, being guarded by McDaniels, dancing with it, gets it over to Champagny, pump fake, swings through to his left, in the lane, stops, spins, kicks it out to Castle. Castle up top, being guarded by Edwards, pulls it all the way back out. Castle dancing with it, crossing over, crosses back over to his left, attacking, stops, leans in, gets stripped, but a foul is called. It's going to send Castle to the foul line for 2, I assume. Mike said, I hope it's the Cavs. Hart and Bridges could cover Spider and the Beard. Mitch and Cat match up against their bigs. Yeah, I mean, Cavs, I'm not concerned about that matchup at all. Mike said, yes, he was at Indiana and quit. Don't like Bobby Knight. Who was at Indiana and quit? Stir Show said, oh, yeah, I read that one. Printing the OKC shirts. Take Cowboys said, we don't know that Detroit's winning that series. Yeah, getting a little too ahead of ourselves trying to match up against the Pistons. It is likely they pull that series off. Again, I don't trust playoff James Harden. But if they don't, series not over yet. It's 2-1. Castle splits the free throws, made the first, misses the second. Here comes Dosunmu bringing it down. He has it up top, being guarded by Fox. Dosunmu gets it over to Anthony Edwards. Swings through to his right, driving it down in the paint. Hop, step, spin, foul line, fall away. Edwards got it to go again. There you go, Anthony Edwards. Keep getting his buckets, brother. Keep getting his buckets. We need 1 more. Hit ahead to Barnes. Zeroes down the lane. Kicks it out. Fox is the trailer for a 3. Can't get it to go. Gobert knocks the rebound loose. Ooh, and Naj Reid goes down holding that right ankle. He's hurting bad. He is hurting bad. Hate to see that. Brandon Peabody with the Brandon. Wemby ejected and possibly suspended for that dirty hit. I don't think he'll be suspended. I think getting ejected out of this game is serviceable enough punishment. Naj Reid pops up. He's trying to walk it off, but he's really hurting. They're going to use a timeout here to get him a bit of a breather. No timeout? They're just going to sub him out. He's really hurting. He's going to immediately go back to the locker room. Let's see it. Rolled ankle? I can't watch rolled ankles, man. Ooh, yeah. Ooh, yeah. Yeah, he rolled it, and then Cornet kind of fell over him a little bit. Thank goodness his entire weight didn't go down on the ankle, but it was just enough to fully turn it. Yeah, that hurts. That hurts. That could be a high ankle sprain, too, the way it twisted. Fox up top, dancing with it, coming to a stop, puts up the stop and pop 3. Got it to go down. And a timeout from Minnesota as the lead goes back up to 8. Not looking good for Minnesota. They got 8:49 to go to come up with something. No Wembanyama. They better pull this one off. Mike said, oh, Larry Bird quit Indiana, ended up with Indiana State. That's right. I remember that story now, Mike. There you go. Gotcha. There was no portal back then. People had to sit out a semester to transfer. Yep, I remember that now. Absolutely remember that now. He went to Indiana State. Didn't he leave him to the tournament, right? Sean, are we going to the wait? Wemby ejected? Wemby got ejected in the second quarter, early in the second quarter for a vicious elbow to Naj Reid, a deliberate elbow. Take Hopper said, go get the Jalen Brunson ankle shot. Yeah, Jalen Brunson got those bionic ankles. Going Shark said, ankles and hyperextended knees make me feel sick. Yeah, that Anthony Edwards hyperextended knee was nasty. The Giannis one years ago when he made the finals run was nasty too. Daniel Dash. What's up, Daniel Dash? Game 3, 14-1, 14-14, 1-1? I don't know what those numbers mean, brother. Mike said, I saw Magic as a freshman with Michigan State. He was amazing, but Syracuse beat their team. I love Magic. One of my favorite players of all time. Obviously, I'm too young. I'm so young, guys, that I didn't get to see Magic play live. But literally going back and watching some of those games while also watching the highlight. Like, I think he has the greatest highlights package of all time. His highlights are gorgeous. It's gorgeous basketball, man. We still haven't seen the only person to get close with a passing highlight that's as awesome as Magic's is Steve Nash. Jason Kidd, a close third as well. But I don't think either of them come close to Magic's passing reel. It's beautiful. Mike said, Bird led the Indiana State team to the finals and Michigan State handled them. Yes, I do remember that Magic got the better of them when Bird was on Indiana State. But that was also because Indiana State wasn't a very good team, right? It was really just Larry Bird lifting them up. Sean McGunn said that's out of character for him. Is it? He is a fiery, competitive guy. It was an immature moment for sure, and he has shown a level of maturity. But yeah, got the best of him in that moment. Mike said there was nothing like Magic. A player looked away for a second, and the ball flew past his ear. One of my favorite players of all time. Obviously, I didn't get to watch him even live play. I'm too young, guys. I'm just so young. But yeah, he's got, like I said, one of my favorite players of all time. His passing reel is and it's just highlights. Just talking about the highlights. The best still, after all these years, still the best passing highlights I've ever seen. He was a man ahead of his time, man. Ahead of his time. Vic said White Chocolate has some great passing highlights. He's got like 5 or 6 awesome passes. That's about it. The other ones are just like cool. He threw a nice pass. But like, you know. Here we go. Under 9 to go. Timberwolves looking for an answer. They go down by 8 here, 94-86, 8:30 to go. They get over to Edwards. He's going to pump fake. They get it back to Dosunmu, who swings through to his right, down the lane, scoop play with the right hand. Wild shot, can't get it to go. Randall, the offensive rebound, can't get the putback. Ball gets batted around, and ultimately Barnes picks it up. Here comes Fox. Fox bringing it down. He has it up top, coming to his left. Off the Barnes screen, Randall switches onto him. Fox is going to look to dance. He just knocked down that 3 to get it to 8. He's driving it down now against Randall. Spins off of him, fall away, floater in the paint. Can't get it to go. Cornette knocks the rebound, but Randall able to pick it up. They get over to Edwards. He's going to push the pace the other way. Edwards on the right wing, picked up by Champagnie, trying to blow past him, pulls it back, coming to his left, steps back. Champagnie sticking with him, step for step, gets a double team, kicks it over to Dosunmu. They swing it over to McDaniels, left wing 3. He's wide open, and he can't get it to go down, but Gobert the offensive rebound. They get it over to Dosunmu. Dosunmu on the left wing, pulling it out, gets it over to Edwards. Edwards swings through to his right, driving it down on Fox in the paint, stops one-legged pull-up jumper, got it to go for Anthony Edwards. They needed it desperately. And that gives them 26 points, and that fills in the bingo card for us. We'll fill that in a second here. Naj Reid goes out with the injury. Is he at the score stable? Naj Reid looking to check back in. All right, we need one more bucket, Naj Reid. That's what I'm looking for. They get over to Barnes on the right wing, blows past Randall in the lane, throws up the floater over Gobert, comes up well short. Rebound gets knocked loose by Cornette. They swing it around. It's back with the Spurs. Castle taking the baseline, spins to his right, fall away jumper over Edwards. Can't get it to go. Gobert finally rips down the rebound clean there. And now here comes Edwards pushing it the other way. It's a 6-point game. Can they cut it to 4? Maybe 3. Edwards coming to his left off the Gobert screen. Deep pull-up 3. He got it. Not really a logo, but it was deep. It was deep. Am I feeling generous? It wasn't really a logo 3, but it was pretty deep. Maybe about 1 foot, maybe 2 feet behind that 3-point line. Mike said he was so tall he could see over the court. His vision was like a sixth sense. He always found the open man anywhere, court length, from the top of the key, inbounds, didn't matter. You know what, though? To that point, Mike, you just reminded me as well. I shortchanged him. Magic has the best passing highlight reel of all time. I'd put LeBron second. If you look at LeBron passing highlight reels, you forget how many incredible passes LeBron has made. In the similar vein, to that point, it just reminded me, similar vein of Magic, where he's just tall for ball handling, and the passing instincts were there. So, yeah, I'll put LeBron second. I'll put Nash third, and then I'll put Jason Kidd fourth. And then I guess you could put like Stockton fifth or something, but nobody cares about Stockton. It was very boring, clean passes from Stockton. Maybe Jason Williams goes fifth. I don't know. But top four for me, Magic, tier of his own, and then there's everybody else. I'd put LeBron second, I guess. Nash third. Jason Kidd fourth. I'd have to go back and watch him anyway, though. But Magic handles were sick, too. For the time, yeah, for the time. I know, obviously, the game has changed and the way it's officiated has changed. They allow you to, like, carry the ball now and everything because of Allen Iverson and everything. But for the time, yeah, absolutely. I think Jason Williams has poster passes. They're fine. I think they're overrated, personally, but they're fine. Kentas said Jason Kidd was awesome, too. His passing reel is fantastic, too. I mean, he also had a bit of a sixth sense in passing. And he was also a bigger guard first time. It's like a 6'5" guard. Daniel Dash said, have you seen Clyde Drexler's passing rebounding? Passing rebounding? Like when he grabbed the rebound and he would instantly pass it? If that's what you're referencing, I haven't seen like a highlight reel of it per se, but I guess I know what you're talking about. Oh, really, I guess? Nah, what's up, nah? I need 2 more boards, Rudy. Come on, man. Rudy Gobert is what? 6 points, 10 rebounds. Let's take a look at the box score. Let's take a look at the box score in regards to our bingo card. Let's fill that in before we come back. We know we got Anthony Edwards for 25. Am I feeling feisty about the logo 3? You know what? I want us to get bingo. So I'm going to give us the logo 3. That last Anthony Edwards 3 was pretty dang deep. I'm going to give it to us. Logo 3. We'll fill it in. We still need Shannon for 15 points. He's got 8. It's not impossible. Not likely, though. We go through it. Naj Reid with 12 and 5. Oh, no, we only need 1 more point from Naj Reid. He needs 12. He got the 8 rebounds already, so you only need 1 more point from Naj Reid. Come on, Naj Reid, you got to come through. Fox for 25. He's hooping now. They need him. He's got 22, so that's looking pretty likely. 4-point play, tech foul, shot clock violation. Wemby for 30 is not happening. Highland, Conley for 4 threes. Highland hasn't played, but Conley has. Conley has only 2 threes tonight. Both of them came in the first half. Goaltend, 2 consecutive missed free throws. Randall for 25. Doesn't seem likely. He's only got 12 here. Vassell for 3 threes. I think he only has the 1 3. He only has the 1 3. He's 1 for 3 from 3. Shannon for 15. Castle for 20. Castle's got the 20. We'll fill that in as well. Boom. Champagny for 3 threes. He's putting up an 0 for. He's 0 for 5 from 3. Double-double. McDaniels for 20. Doesn't seem likely. I don't think he's close to 20, is he? 12? Not out of the realm of possibility, but not looking good. And then a failed challenge. We haven't had one of those. We had 2 successful. Okay, so we need Shannon for 15 points. That's our bingo. That's our bingo possibility there. Let's fill that in. We'll fill that in. There you go. And we're checking back in here. It's a 3-point ball game with a little over 7 minutes to go. Mike said, no one wants to see Magic lead a fast break with Kareem and Worthy. Oh, my goodness. With Worthy? Especially with Worthy. Worthy was like his favorite target, especially on the break. Take Howard said, the foolishness that go on in these arenas during timeouts. What do you mean? Like all the performance day? That's funny. Mike said, this is a tight game. Anyone can win? Yeah. And Timberwolves desperately need it. Desperately. Looks like the Timberwolves are going to a zone. Vassell, right corner 3. Why? Why go to a zone here? What you've been doing has been working. Vassell kills you with the 3 there. That's his second made 3 of the game. We need 1 more Vassell 3, by the way, so that'll work out for us, though. They get over to Gobert. Hands it off to Edwards. He's been cooking here. Edwards driving to his left, driving it down in the lane, hop step to the rim, layup. Can't get the layup to go. Good defense from Vassell, or from Harper. Harper was there to contest it. Here comes Dylan Harper bringing it down the other way. Approaching the halfway point. It's a 6-point lead for the Spurs. They get over to Castle. Castle coming to his right off the handoff from Johnson. Castle sees a double team. Over to Vassell. Another 3 for Vassell. Can't get that one to go. Gobert the rebound. They get it over to Randall. Randall hit ahead to McDaniels. McDaniels running it down. Euros in the paint. Gets fouled by Castle, who's going to the foul line for 2 free throws. Daniels got to knock down his free throws here. They desperately need points up on the board. We'll pull this back up for us. Takeover, so let's make the Wemby spot free. Can't do that. Can't do that. It's not. He got ejected. McDaniels does rattle in the first free throw. Not said, lucky me, I took Wemby under prop. There you go. Steve said, Joker redefining passing for centers. His highlights include 30, 20, 20 games and incredible no-look passes. Yeah. Yeah, they're cool. McDaniels knocks down both free throws. Here comes Harper bringing it down. A little over 6 minutes to go. Harper gets it over to Johnson. Randall being overly aggressive here. Don't pick up a cheap foul, Randall. Johnson dancing with it, coming to his right, driving it down against Randall. Loses the hand on the ball, out of bounds. It's going back to the Timberwolves. There you go, Julius. Nice defensive stop. McDaniels knocked down the 2 free throws. Randall and the Timberwolves get a stop. Ball back to the Timberwolves. Ball is probably going to be in the hands of Edwards here. Mike said, next time put Wemby 30 or ejected. Hey, that's one way to fix it. Under 6 to go. We're past the halfway point now. Edwards bringing it down. Immediately crosses over to beat the double team that was coming up. What a quick move from Edwards. He's bringing it down left side of the court as he gets fouled going to the basket. Harper is coming up to quickly double team to try and get the ball out of his hands. Edwards sees it and immediately quick crossover to between the legs crossover to his right hand, and then just explodes, blowing past Vassell, trying to pressure him in the backcourt, and then goes to the rim and gets fouled by Champagny. And now Edwards at the foul line for 2 free throws. He knocks down the first one. He's got one more coming. Got 5:40 to go here. MVP chance for Anthony Edwards here. 3-point game. Makes it a 2-point game. Clutch free throws there. Under 6 to go. Castle bringing it down. Crosses over to his left by Shannon. And they call a foul on Shannon. Made contact with Castle's face there. Inadvertently, of course. Daniel Dash said, people underestimate say the strength of 1992 Portland. Danny Ainge, leading Triple H to Game 2 Finals road win. And he got destroyed by Jordan, I assume you say? No, Jordan didn't win a 92, did he? Fox got trapped along the baseline there. Ball's out of bounds, but they say it's out of bounds off of the Timberwolves as he threw it off of Edwards at the last second there, or Randall? That might have been out of bounds off of Fox. He might have stepped out of bounds before he threw it off of Randall, but they're not going to use a challenge there. Spurs will keep it. No, they are going to use a challenge there. There you go. There you go. Definitely looked like it was off of Fox. He looked like he stepped out of bounds before he threw it off of Julius Randle. So I'm going to assume this is a successful challenge. And the ball will go back to Minnesota Timberwolves as they're down by 2 points here. Then you just said rampant Chicago Bulls in game. There you go. Randall with 12, 7, and 3. Do we have anybody close to a double-double? Naj Reid with 11 and 8. I guess this is our closest one. Gobert was also at the scores table looking to check back in. Mike said was wondering why they were waiting. Yeah, so they're using their challenge here. Champagny 1 for 6 from the field, hurting his team out there, getting open looks from 3. You got to knock a couple of these down, man. De'Aaron Fox, 22 points, trying to step up in the absence of Wemby. You have Vassell for 14. He's also knocked down 2 threes. We have Vassell for 3 threes up here. So that would help. Randall for 25. Looks like it's not going to happen, though. He's got 12, unless he goes crazy here in the second half of this fourth quarter. Shannon for 15. He's in the game. He's got 8. I wonder if he's going to be the substitution here as he's going to come out for Gobert. Ooh, I don't know. I think this is going to be a failed challenge. I think Fox didn't step out of bounds before he threw it off of Randall there. The refs are still looking at this review. Shannon for 15 is what's going to keep us away from bingo in this row here. It's not really I mean, we can get a failed challenge here. I don't get it close to this column, but goaltend 4-point play. Tough to get here in the closing minutes of a game. McDaniels for 20. He's got 14. Not out of the realm of possibility. Double-double seems likely. Champagne for 3-3 is pretty unlikely, though, at this point with the way he shot it. Nothing clear and conclusive that they can pull from the replays. So the call is just simply going to stand. It's going to be San Antonio basketball. I guess it's a failed challenge. That is a failed challenge. Shot clock violation and Naj Reid 12 and 5 still on the board. We can do that. The diagonal is now in play. Spurs will inbound the ball. They're up by 2. They get it into Harper, bump, floater, comes up short. Edwards with the rebound, bringing it down the other way. Anthony Edwards has it up top. They could tie it or take the lead. Edwards sees a double team at the half court. They get it over to McDaniels, out to Reid. Reid will take the baseline, pulls it back out. Remember, he's got the bum ankle, rolled it. They get over to Edwards, stop and pop, right wing 3. He got it! Anthony Edwards going crazy here in the fourth quarter. 98-97. Dylan Harper up top, crosses over to his right, back to his left, being chased by Edwards. Harper gets it over to Champagny. Champagny up top being guarded by Reid. They get over to Fox. Fox being guarded by McDaniels. Reid switches onto him. Fox telling him, get away from me. I'm gonna take Naj Reid. Ball knocked out of his hands. He picks it up, throws it up at the rim. He got it to go down. De'Aaron Fox up to 24. Looked like maybe it was just throwing it up at the rim, looking for a foul call. It didn't matter. He got it to go down anyway. Shannon is still in the game. He has it up top, coming to his left, trying to blow past Harper, bump Euro to the rim, layup, can't get it to go, no fouls called. Champagny gets it over to Fox. Fox pushing it down the other way. Fox on the right wing, being picked up by McDaniels. Rhythm dribble, sidestep 3, deep one. Can't get it to go. A terrible shot from De'Aaron Fox there. And then Shannon saves it over to Naj Reid. Great save from Tanner Shannon Jr. That's the athleticism coming through. And then Naj Reid has it up top, coming to his right up for Shannon Jr. screen. He's got Cornette switched onto him. He blows past him down the lane. Layup, got it to go for Naj Reid. And that gives us to it. We need a shot clock violation for bingo. 4 minutes to go here. Here comes Fox bringing it down against Reid. Stops, pulls it back out, dancing with it, coming to his right, blows past Reid, picks up a foul. Oh no, McDaniels, excuse me, not Reid, McDaniels. And he picks up a foul there. We need a shot clock violation, or we need Terrence Shannon for 15 points, which does not seem likely at this point with how he shot here today. And also, he's going to come out of the game for Rudy Gobert. They're going to go big. Gobert, Reid, Randall, McDaniels. And then Anthony Edwards, I guess, playing the point guard spot here. So San Antonio is going to use a timeout here with just under 4 minutes to go, 3:58 exactly. We'll fill in our Naj Reid spot as the bingo card goes away. Hate when it does that. Minnesota 98-97. Edwards he's hooping out there. Oh, nope. They scored. My bad, man. That Naj Reid basket. Forgot to give it to him. So it's 100-99. Minnesota up by 1. So we could have a shot clock violation on the diagonal. Shannon Jr. probably comes out for the rest of the game. We probably won't see him again. So Shannon Jr. for 15 doesn't seem pretty likely here tonight. He missed a bunch of layups, bunch of possible opportunities to get to 15. Just didn't knock him down. So the diagonal is open here. We need a shot clock violation. Shannon, this row here doesn't seem likely with Shannon not getting to 15 out of the game now. We could have this column here. Goaltend and 4-point play are still on the board, obviously, as always, throughout a basketball game, but it doesn't seem likely as we end the stretch here. But shot clock violation also doesn't seem pretty likely. But defenses will be turned up. We'll see if we can get one. Fungpei said, your Wemby 30 should be swapped. He got ejected. It's different. He got ejected. He played a quarter and a half. Here we go. We're into it. They get it into Cornette. Cornette up top, hands it off to Vassell. Coming to his right, Naj Reid slips and falls. He throws up the mid-range jumper over Gobert. Can't get it to go. Excellently contested from Gobert. And McDaniels gets it over to Edwards. Edwards will bring it down. 1 point lead for Minnesota. Edwards up top, being guarded by Vassell. Edwards dancing with it, sensing the moment. Got to pull off this victory to tie it up at 2. Edwards, pump fake, spins, got nowhere to go, gets it out to Randall. He spins off a Castle, coming to his left off a Gobert screen. Foul line, gets caught in the air, tries to lob it down low to Gobert, picked up the loose ball. Randall throws it up with the shot clock winding down. Comes up short. Harper the rebound, pushing the pace. McDaniels the lone man to beat. Harper, Euro steps, high floater, got it to go over McDaniels. What a tough shot with the offhand over an excellent defender in Jaden McDaniels. For the rookie, Dylan Harper, he's got 20 points here tonight. McDaniels gets it over to Gobert, back to McDaniels, gets it over to Naj Reid. Naj Reid up top, coming to his left off the Gobert screen, driving it down to his left, stop, turn, spin. He's being guarded by Fox. Has it at the foul line, backing him down in the paint now. Shoves it inside, Gobert, two-handed slam. Got it to go down, and the foul. What a dumb foul for Luke Cornett. A silly touch foul. Gobert got it to go down, and he's going to the foul line for one more. Gobert got to knock down the free throw to give them just a little bit of breathing room here, only holding on to this 1-point lead. Buzzer beater, what's up, buzzer beater? So Gobert at the foul line for one more. Rudy, they need you. An inconsistent free throw shooter, but he comes through there. He's a 52% free throw shooter, shooting 42% during the playoffs, but he came through when they needed him most. Castle will bring it down the other way. 3 minutes to go, now under 3 minutes to go. 103-101. Castle on the right wing. Waving off Cornett. Now they get over to Cornett up top, hands it off to Fox. Fox has been their go-to closer here. Coming to his right, driving it down. Foul line, in the paint, mid-range, pull-up jumper. Can't get it to go over Gobert. Tried to bank it in, but came up just short. Rebound to Gobert. Here comes Edwards bringing it down the other way. He sees a double team. They get over to McDaniels. McDaniels, pass fake, dancing with it against Harper. Driving it down in the paint. Stops, turns, spins, lefty layup. Can't get it to go. Comes up short. Randall, the offensive rebound. Out to Naj Reid. Wide open right wing. He needs it. Can't get it. Long rebound. Edwards picks it up. Driving it down in the lane. Layup. Got it to go. Anthony Edwards flexing on Luke Cornett, and they take a 4-point lead with 2:20 to go. 105-101. Castle up top, dancing with it, coming to his left. Naj Reid picks him up. Castle trying to drive past him in the lane, leans in, puts up the shot, and they wave it off. Offensive foul, and Steph Castle hooking the arm of Naj Reid. And the ball's going back to the Timberwolves. Eric C. said, couldn't wait all day today. What happened to Wemby? Got ejected for a wild elbow he purposely threw at Naj Reid. Picked up a flagrant 2. Jaden McDaniels bringing it down. 105-101. Huge possession here. They're leading by 4. McDaniels driving it down. Ball knocked out of his hands. He picks it back up. Hands it off to Randall. Randall in the corner, being guarded by Castle. Driving it down to his left. Backing him down. Drop step. Leaves it off. Gobert, another two-handed slam. What a pass from Julius Randle. 107-101. 6-point lead with under 2 to go now. 9-2 run for this Timberwolves team. Here comes Steph Castle. Castle hands it off to Vassell. Vassell being guarded by Naj Reid. They get over to Fox. Fox down the lane, leans in, step back, fall away over McDaniels. In and out, can't get it to stay. Rebounded by Gobert. They hand it off to Edwards. He'll bring it down the other way. Like I said, I don't really trust De'Aaron Fox in these moments. He's not coming through when they need him most. Edwards bringing it down, sees a double team. It gets stolen. Harper picks it up. They're pushing it the other way. Harper beats him down the court. Scoop with the right hand. Can't get it to go, but a foul is called. And Harper will go to the foul line for 2 free throws with 1:30 to go in the game. 90 seconds remain. 90 seconds remain, y'all. Huge game here for the Timberwolves. They need it. Not only will a loss send them down to 3-1 and a likely loss in this series, but a loss will also signify them losing to a team without their best player in Victor Wembanyama. You have to pick up this victory. You have to, especially at home. Especially at home. Harper at the foul line for 2. I'm losing my voice over here. Lance with the subscription. Appreciate you, Lance. I didn't see it, but I see it now. Appreciate you, Lance. Hope you're having a good time tonight. Jay Chang said Rudy Gobert got a double-double. There you go. He's got a double-double. 11 and 13. We got the double-double on the board. Harper knocks down the first free throw. He's got another one coming. It's not really going to help us with our bingo, but we'll fill it in. Carter Bryant's going to sub in here. You're going to have 2 rookies on the court. Close this one out. This man's crazy. Mitch Johnson is crazy. There's my guy, Lance. Appreciate you, brother. Appreciate you. Hope you're having a good time tonight, big dog. Anime said if Wemby didn't get ejected, this would have been an easier win for the Spurs. Maybe. Shoulda, coulda, wouldas. Don't elbow people and get ejected, big dog. Playoffs are too important. 1:30 to go. Dosunmu bringing it down. He has it up top, being guarded by Fox, coming to his right. Vassell switches onto him. Dosunmu trying to get it to Edwards. They can't. Now he does. Edwards has it by the half-court line, sees a double team. Edwards not passing it, and a timeout for the Timberwolves and Anthony Edwards. They use one there. He needed a breather. He needed a breather anyway. Danger Dad said, means more than life itself. This is a great Spurs effort without their alien cheat code. I mean, they always play well without Wemby. They're just an incredible basketball team. They're not just Wembanyama. Namar said, I need the Cavs and Pistons to force a Game 7. Me too, Namar. You and me both, brother. You and me both. Still haven't had our shot clock violation, y'all. Still haven't had our shot clock violation. Although Anthony Edwards is going crazy. He's got 36 points now. He's hooping. Does have the 5 fouls. Eric C. said, either way, I'm in Knicks heaven. I was at the park last night with my lady during dusk and got a few crazy shots off in a rainbow. A few crazy shots off of a rainbow in front of orange and blue skies. Yes, sir, Eric. Yes, sir. Sounds like a beautiful time. Steven McClellan. What's up, Steve? 2x best basketball announcers on YouTube. 2 times best basketball announcer on YouTube. Appreciate you, Steve. Hope you're having a good time, brother. Appreciate the compliments. Buzzer Beater said, I predict the T-Wolves will win this series. Spurs are too inexperienced. I still have the Spurs pulling this series off. You know, I still have them pulling this series off. I think they're just a really good team. I get the inexperience thing, but sometimes you don't need experience to just beat up on somebody if you are better than them. We'll see. Minnesota giving themselves a heck of an opportunity here tonight. They're going to have to put the ball in the basket there. Only holding on to a 4-point lead right now. Bingo not looking likely, though. Shot clock violation is always possible. And here's the thing. If they blow it out and they pick up a shot clock violation at the end by just dribbling the ball out, we'll take it. Dosunmu bringing it down against Fox. Dosunmu driving it down all the way to the rim. Scoop play with the right hand. Got it to go. And the foul for Dosunmu. And the foul. Dosunmu now with 7 points going to the foul line for one more. We have Dosunmu up here for what? Dosunmu up here for what? We have Ayo up here for something, right? No, we took Ayo out for Highland and Conley 4 threes because we weren't sure if Dosunmu was going to play with the injuries that he's had. But Dosunmu going to the foul line for one more free throw here. Fungpei said, I think it's going 7. Buzzer Beater said, I want Detroit. Bring me anybody. Let's get the series started. Dosunmu at the foul line. Knocks down his and one free throw. 1:10 to go. Harper pushing it the other way. Picked up by Randall. Crosses over to his right. Down the lane. Stops. Leaves it off to Champagne in the lane. Hop step 2 in. It's Lamb. Naj Reid just... Where was Naj Reid at? Where were you, Naj Reid? Randall looking at him like, where were you? Why am I guarding 2 players? It's a 5-point game now. They get it into Dosunmu. Dosunmu bringing it down against Harper. We are now under a minute to go, folks. And Minnesota holding on to this small 5-point lead. Dosunmu being guarded by Harper. Dosunmu crosses over, pulls it back out. Dosunmu crosses over again. Buzzer beater, appreciate the generosity. Almost a steal. They swing it over. Dosunmu's going to launch it with the shot clock running down. Can't get it to go. Naj Reid comes flying with the offensive rebound and the putback for Naj Reid. A huge putback for Naj Reid. 40 seconds to go. Fox will walk it down the other way. They need a basket desperately, and they need to go quickly. They go over to Champagne, back to Fox. Fox on the right wing, being guarded by McDaniels. Coming to his left, gets caught in the air. Kicks it out to Castle, who's going to step back for a 3 off balance. Off the back rim, can't get it to go. Harper skies for the offensive rebound, gets fouled by Dosunmu, by Ayo Dosunmu. I was going to say, Edwards already has the 5 fouls. He couldn't pick up a foul there. They need him to close this game. Oh, they don't. I guess they may not need him because they're up by 7 right now. But that foul will send Dylan Harper to the foul line for 2. Ian said, do the Lakers have a chance tomorrow? Not really. Not really. Just that said 112 is enough? Probably. Namar said, I want the Cavs. I want the games to get started. That's what I want. So Dylan Harper at the foul line for 2. They're down by 7. Obviously, every point matters, so you're going to have to knock down both. He knocks down the first. Got another one coming. No centers on the court for the Spurs with Wemby out. They're going with a small ball unit. No Luke Cornett. And that is a big reason why they gave up that rebound to Naj Reid. Nobody in the paint. It was a big rebounder. Naj Reid able to crash and grab that offensive board. Harper does knock down both of the free throws. They get it into Dosunmu. They show double team. Dosunmu turns it over. Dylan Harper picks it up. They get over to Champagne up top. He's driving to his right, going to the basket. Layup gets fouled by Naj Reid. He's going to the foul line for 2 now. Game not done yet, man. Game not over yet. Smart decision by Champagnie, by the way, not to just heave up a three because that's his role. He put the ball on the floor, got to the foul line, especially considering that three-point shot has not been going down for Champagnie yet today. He is 0 for 4, I believe, or 0 for 4, 0 for 5 from three-point range. Bottom line, he hasn't made one yet tonight. Champagnie does knock down the first free throw. He's got another one coming. Champagnie knocks down both free throws. It's a one-possession game, 112-109. A three-point shot could tie it. So they got to get it in. Get it into Dosunmu again. They show a double team. Dosunmu coming to his left. They show a triple team now. He picks up his handle. He's in the backcourt. He's got nowhere to go. It's going to be a backcourt violation. And ultimately, the timeout is finally used by Chris Finch. But how much time do they have to get it past the backcourt? Buzzer Beater said, can you tell us what the Vegas odds are in the Knicks winning the championship? I have no idea, Buzzer Beater. No idea. I don't use any of the betting apps. No clue. So there's 20. The possession starts with 20 seconds. You get into the Dosunmu, and you have 8 seconds to get it past the backcourt, to get it past the half-court line. He gets trapped. So they have 1 second. 1 second to get it past the half-court line. Mike said 5 seconds to cross the half court. No, well, they had 20 seconds when they inbounded it. The timeout is called, and there's 13 seconds on the clock. So that tells us 7 seconds came off the clock. They only have 1 second to get it past the half-court line. I hope everybody knows that for the Timberwolves. You got 1 second. You pretty much have to inbound it to somebody either already past the half-court line or like on their way to past the half-court line. You don't have time to get it into somebody and for them to rush it up. 13 seconds to go. Yeah, everybody's already in the backcourt for the Minnesota Timberwolves here. They throw a home run pass to Dosunmu. He's able to catch it somehow. What a catch for Dosunmu. And a foul is called on the Spurs. What a pass. I think Edwards threw that. That's a football pass right there. Dosunmu, by the way, went over the back of De'Aaron Fox like a like a cornerback. No, McDaniels threw that baseball pass. Perfect pass on the money. Dosunmu went up there. He didn't catch it. It slipped through his fingers. He inadvertently kicks it with the back of his leg. And then it keeps it from going out of bounds. It keeps it inbounds. He turns around. It's sitting there. He picks it up and ultimately gets fouled. He got saved by kicking that back leg up inadvertently, going for that rebound. My goodness, what serendipity for Dosunmu there. Freeway said Fox got mossed. Yes, indeed he did. Yes, indeed he did. And Dosunmu knocks down both free throws, and that will effectively end the game right there. Spurs will still use one of their 2 timeouts remaining here, but looks like this one is going to be up. And we won't hit bingo tonight, unfortunately, despite being close in a couple of avenues here. Dosunmu is going to end the night with what, 10? All right, we took Dosunmu props away because of the injury. Take always said that's a Josh Hart pass. That was a pinpoint pass for McDaniels, man. That was right on the money. That was right on the money. Buzzer Beater said Knicks are on a sabbatical. They get a nice week off vacation. You guys spend some time with the family. Sleep a little bit, rest up, get through your treatment. Anunoby rest up, Josh Hart rest up, Karl Anthony Towns rest up. Those 3 players pretty severely banged up. Just that said, this is going 7, drags out like the Pistons Cavs. Hopefully. Hopefully, because the Knicks swept their series. It's looking like the Thunder's going to sweep their series. And so these are really going to be the only 2 games we'll have available. And if the Minnesota Timberwolves end up going out, well, it's going to be tied at 2-2 now, so it'll definitely be a 6-game series. Castle throws it into Vassell, catches it, loses the hand on the ball. He's going to pick it up, gets it over to Fox. You got to heave it up there. Logo 3, almost banks it in, doesn't get it to go. Rebound, careens around. Champagnie picks it up, throws it up at the rim. That's going to be it. And that will be it as the Minnesota Timberwolves walk away and tie the series up at 2 games apiece. Now you got to go back to San Antonio, and the alien will make his return. Unless he gets suspended, which I highly, highly, highly doubt will happen. DB4, what's up, DB? Wemby going to come back mad for game 4? Yes, indeed he will. They better not suspend them. I don't think they will. I think an ejection is a serviceable enough punishment. Yeah, I don't think it's any more than that. Moment with the Mo. Thunder going to be well rested when one of these teams show up. Very true. Very true. Mike said, tight game. Fantastic ending. Fantastic ending. Ram Jam, appreciate you. Shout out everybody in the chat. Appreciate you, Mike. Ozahar, MBM, Lamar, Tay Cowboys, just as dad as always. Appreciate you guys for hanging out with us. And as always, shout out all of the channel members. So we get rid of this. No bingo tonight, unfortunately. Whether you gifted a membership or you decided to become a member, all on your own, I appreciate you guys nonetheless. So thank you for hanging out with me yet again here tonight. And we started the night with the Indiana Pacers dropping out of the top 4 and losing their lottery pick. Started the day beautifully. Leading right into the New York Knicks dominating the Philadelphia 76ers and sweeping them up out of the building. Beautiful day there. And ultimately, we end it with a fantastic closing game where the Minnesota Timberwolves and Anthony Edwards are able to pull it off against the San Antonio Spurs and tie the series up at 2 games apiece. So what a beautiful day of basketball. What a beautiful Mother's Day. Shout out to all the moms in the chat one more time. Shout them out. Go ahead, kiss them goodbye. Call them. Let them know that you love them. I know I will right after this game, so I appreciate you guys for hanging out with me. Remember, brush your teeth before bed. Stay hydrated, and I'll catch you on the next one. Good night, everybody. Bye. Oh, my goodness. The bye didn't go as well. Goodbye.